Really doesn't matter. We jump in, but
Well, that's kind of why, because we. Oh my goodness, I gotta. I'll share my screen in a minute, but dag nabbit, the.
oh yeah. What the flying fuck? I just got done doing the thing, man. There it is. See, because when you have that the launching screen is perfect because when you have the launching soon page, I can alter it without them seeing me alter it, which I kind of dig. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because when it's up, and there it is, and here I go, and yeah. Why the hell am I not
Okay,
allowed
so
to?
I can move this to
What the
out of
flying
the
fuck?
way, and
I'm gonna
then we
pop the
could do
chat out.
apply. Okay.
Chat is popped
Okay.
out.
Nope. I needed
What the deuce?
stop. Go here. Properties.
Do they hear us talking?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
but they don't hear the music. Like,
No, I can't hear. There's no music.
oh, oh, okay. Are we still going to try to work on the database? Because we could put that in there
Oh
too.
man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because where's where we were at the last time?
Oh, well, let me. How's it going, folks? We live. We doing something. We getting ready, but we ain't ready yet. We having. I'm having some problems over here. Let me go.
we are.
Dag
We,
nabbit. Let me
we
go.
are.
What
So
the? What
our,
the?
our,
All
our
right.
production budget like tanked.
Weird. Weird.
Weird, dude. You know what else is weird? Why am I not allowed to edit the freaking thing?
Edit the what thing?
I can't edit the title.
Sure you can. I
I'm
just
not able
backed
to
out
do it
of
like
it.
I. Wait, you just backed out. Okay, well, hold on. Maybe my problem is yeah. Here I go. Wow.
2 minutes
Okay, I
ago,
think.
somebody went live.
We're only 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, sorry, I was running a little bit behind, and I was trying to figure some stuff out.
What the deuce is going on, Negro? I I am here logged in. Here I am logged in. Okay, I'm in.
You is logged in.
Then
I
why is it not letting me edit from the? Usually when I just go into the thing, there it is.
hang on,
Oh wait, there it is. No, that's not it. That's just subscribe.
hang on.
What is going on?
I will go in and
Like normally when I just see it as it's live and I go in there and right there it says edit video
studio,
and it's not there right now.
studio. You got to go into classic.
No, I've never had to do that before. Normally I could just go into the channel.
Oh,
If
well,
I just literally just go to the channel like I'm viewing it, because I'm viewing it while I'm logged in, it usually just lets me change it right there. But it's not letting me do that this time. It doesn't even show.
what do you want it to say?
Well, just put down
Oh,
like,
we could leave the database part on there.
yeah, we could leave a database on there,
Yeah, we could actually leave that.
right? And then just say, well, let's talk about some weather,
Oh, yeah.
and then we should be good. Oh, when you're only having seconds.
All right. Then I just gotta hit. I don't. Okay. So it should be
All right.
updated now.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna reload that page and I can see what we can see. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That look good. That look good. What the fuck? It changed it from wow, dude. This might be part of the problem out here. Why it's supposed to be live? There it is, right there. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You got to get the planes in there.
I gotta get the planes in there.
Yo, what's going on?
What's going on, Robert? How you doing, man? Here we are. We're here. We're live.
He's putting out
Just
videos like every other day.
I know, right? God,
Like,
it must be nice to have weather like that.
Yeah. It must be. Because even I ain't having that right now.
and it's like freaking horrible, man. Like, God, he's having rain. I'm having cold and wind. Actually, like I said, cold is not really an excuse, but dude, the wind, man. I'm serious.
It would if it was damp cold.
Yeah, I suppose. But again, like we were talking about before, if we laminated stuff, I guess that wouldn't matter so much now, would it?
All right, so there we go. Now you can see us. But you can't. You can't see me.
You can't.
So
Why? What have you done anyway?
I said you can't see me, so let me there you go.
What? Okay, fine. Whatever.
Not that I want you to see me, but you know.
He's probably just got a mess.
Me? No, I clean. Well, I mean, you can't see what's off camera.
Uh-huh. But see, it's you leave it like that. It's because, like, you know, we can't tell if you hung up the line yet. Or actually, I suppose in your case is going to be not hanging up the line, but possibly hanging up the boxes.
I'm gonna be putting them in boxes to move them. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Oh yeah, true that.
That's what I'm waiting on. Speaking of that,
Speaking of that,
we is gonna check on something here real quick.
Okay, we're checking on something. Hey,
This has nothing to do with any. This has nothing to do with anything else.
There's always something new.
This has to do with the move. That's all I'm checking on.
Fine,
Change
whatever.
This down to 5.
4.
Change this to Department of Veterans Affairs. What did they announce? Oh, sorted by open date. No, they didn't open that today. Okay. All right. Okay. No worries.
Oh yeah, okay. No worries. He said no worries, like it was like we were concerned or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Well,
I gotta keep an eye out for this job posting.
yeah.
Because you know that's. If you don't know how the federal government does its hiring process, you should.
Don't worry, Robert. We do the same. You know, we pretty much do the same thing. We talk about something, we get a little stupid, then we end up building something, and we wonder what each of us is building. This is basically every show we
And
have.
we wonder where 3 hours just went.
And we wonder where 3 hours just went. This is basically every show that we have.
Yep, we talk about something for like all of like 10 minutes.
I mean, usually there's a serious topic. That's what we should do is like, okay, screw it. It's a 3-hour show. We're going to spend 15 minutes on a serious topic. We'll spend an hour wondering how the hell we could screw up with the new design we're going to come up with. And then 2 hours of gibberish.
Yeah, so
pretty much Lord of the Rings.
Right. Right. So weather. So it's been raining. And it had stopped for like 2 days. And it started to warm up. You know, get into like the mid 70s.
I was just gonna say, like, watch out when he says warm up, because
Okay.
his version of warm up, and
It
our version
started.
of warm up,
Yeah, it started to get into like the mid 70s.
it's gonna get in the mid-30s tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
No,
warming
it's
up.
not even close. In Orlando, it's down to 45 degrees right now.
Ooh.
See, that's why I want to move. I want to move. Just get that little bit of cold in the mid. All right, I'm done.
That's why. That's still weather. That's still weather.
Yeah, it is, but like that's all I need, just a little bit. Um. So basically, I was like, oh, it's been raining. All right, cool. It stopped raining. Everything started to dry up finally after a couple of days. No more massive puddles on the ground, and the ground wasn't really soaked, and I was like, all right, cool. I set my alarm. I was gonna get up, grab my stuff for work, grab my planes, head out the door, grab my little notepad, take my notes in. I get out the door, and I turn around after I lock the door, and all I see is
It's
a
rain.
sheet of rain. It's just pouring down rain. It's not even like a little bit to where I could have made it to the car and then just waited this out. No, I would have lost all like 8 of them instantly. Granted, if I had taper, it wouldn't have been a problem.
See? Yeah,
It wouldn't have been
see?
a problem.
Yep.
But still, I was like, no, I am not. You should have seen my face. I wish I had a camera following my face at that moment. I looked like a sad little 5-year-old boy who just lost his toy. It was pitiful. Like, I'm like, man.
It's pitiful.
I had this sad look on my face. I had to go back inside. I had to unlock the door, go back inside, and put all my stuff back down. And then go to work without nothing. And like, man, I can't even fly after I get off work. Man, what am I gonna do? And it rained all day.
Well, it must have cleared out pretty good. You lucky. All of our radar show is pretty clear right now. So, I mean, it's too late for that now, but
Well, yeah, and the thing is, it gets dark so early, so that's
so early. So early. How early does it get dark for you?
5:30.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, wow. That's actually
like 5:30,
A lot-
5:45. It's dark before 6 o'clock.
it's dark before 5 o'clock here. It's one of the reasons why I have a problem.
Well, yeah, it's like
But I was
5:30
expecting
here.
I was expecting a little bit more. I don't know. That's pretty good.
Yeah, because it was getting dark when we left the house at 5:30.
And here I thought it was here I thought it was like a government conspiracy. Dude,
Crap.
Robert, your RR7 there, that thing looks hype. That thing,
Dude,
that's a very pretty looking bird. Just want to
Rain,
get that out there because that
rain.
plane. Oof.
wind, thunderstorm, rain. So Tuesday I might be able to fly. But it's going to be soaked from 4 or 5 days of rain. And then guess what's on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday? Rain.
I'm guessing a little bit more of the same.
I can't believe this. Well, we're going to have a wet Christmas.
Yeah, that's so good. Wet Christmas. I'm dreaming of a wet Christmas.
I'm dreaming of a wet Christmas.
When I see those ones like he builds, he builds like
Wish I could
the
zoom
planes
in
that just
on
look like that. It makes me want to build like something like that. We got to do something like that.
Can you see the little wind symbol?
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Like, but you can look at the temps.
Yeah, that's not even Christmas. That's like good luck. That's like August or September weather.
Yeah, but you
Good
see
God.
that? I'm not joking though. You see all that rain? And then you scroll down the next couple of days, and after the little sunny, it's not even fully sunny. It's partly partly sunny, partly cloudy, however optimistic or pessimistic you want to be.
I thought
And more
everybody
rain.
moved to
And I'm
Florida
like,
to get good weather.
The temperature isn't bad. I mean, the 60s here are kind of cool. I'm liking it. I'm like, it's not terrible. I mean, I will throw on a light jacket, but I mean,
Well, it would be great to fly in, but
yeah, that's why I was gonna go out today because I was like, ooh, it's like in the mid 70s today. It's not even as hot as it normally is. Nope. And then after I got off work, it was still in the 70s. It was in the mid 70s still when I got off work, and then by the time I left the house at 5:30, it had dropped down to like 65.
good God.
And I'm like, whoa. But you're talking about a 10-degree drop in like a couple of hours? Come on now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, it's a big difference for us. I mean, when our normal temperatures are in the upper 90s with a heat index and humidity level that put it at like 110, 60 degrees feels cold to us.
And of course, again,
you're talking almost a 60-degree difference, 50, 60 degrees difference.
Right, and of course, again, something like that, planes can't handle that too well. I mean, they could, depending on like how consistent the temperatures are without any humidity, but
that's
you're not
the
going to
problem.
want to.
We have way too much humidity down here. I think that's why my planes are having such a problem, because even North Carolina didn't have this much humidity for this long of a period.
Yeah, well, it's Florida, so I suppose so. You're kind of already in the ocean over there. I mean, it's not really conducive to aircraft flying unless you're tapered.
Right. But that's why I'm trying to figure out different designs, different types of paper.
Right. Well, did you order the puffin paper yet?
You shut your mouth.
or do you? Oh God, Lord! It didn't take me long. I just said like, hey, this is the IVPAC CEO. I'd like to try out some of your all-weather paper for all-weather planes. What do you got? And he sent me some over here. So I mean, come on now. Just send him an email. He'll be glad to send you some paper. Oh, there's some wonderful people over there providing a great service for their country.
I can't believe they sent it to you.
Well, I mean, they got to get it out there somehow. It's not exactly the kind of thing that you probably. I mean, if you could try it first, this is the kind of thing you'd probably want to try, especially mostly for like writing. I mean, you want to be able to sure, like, okay, how is this going to respond to writing on stuff? I think that's probably what most people are concerned about. Is like if I do take it out, if I'm a contractor, I've got it on my clipboard and I want to write something on it. I want to make sure that it gets wet and it's still, you could read the writing on it, or it could be written on real good. I mean, no, I'm pretty sure that like nine out of 10 of their customers are paper airplane flyers. But even if they were, I mean, still, it'd be nice before you spend money on it. Like, how does it work?
Yeah.
So I think it's good on their part that you just like, hey, a couple sheets, no problem. Here you go.
It's a tax write-off for them anyways.
That's a tax write-off, right? I mean, they're getting their product out. Free people, they know we're going to give them a shout out. So, I think with their case, and it's like it's good product. It's something different, even if it's not like what you may expect when you get it. It's definitely something different. So, and again, in your case or in my case, I mean, technically, it almost gives us no excuse, almost, just because, like, again, you can't fly with wind because, I mean, what is wind going to find out for you? We're going back on that topic. I mean, when it gets windy, you just can't fly.
Yeah, it not as windy as it was. I mean, you're talking about it was probably good 15, 20 mile an hour wind here.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super windy. Like, it was pushing my vehicle today. Like, while I was driving. Like, it was literally gusts of wind. And it could have been stronger than that. It just, obviously, I've felt wind before in, like, 60, 70 mile an hour winds. You're talking about tropical storm force winds. I've driven in that. You know, so I know what that feels like. And this obviously isn't anywhere close to that. That's why I'm saying like 15 or 20. Because it was really windy. But it wasn't, it wasn't anything super ridiculous.
I mean, we with that other weather system we got in that wasn't too long ago, like last week, I think. Yeah, last week we had gusts up to 60 over here, and I mean, again, gusts up to 60.
And
That's
I
like
mean, the
that's
gusts that we were getting could have been higher than that. Obviously, I was thinking that it was a constant, you know, maybe like 10-mile-an-hour winds with gusts up to like 20, maybe 25. It could have gotten
yeah.
higher than that. It could have gotten up to 40 miles an hour, but I mean, that was some strong wind today. I mean, literally, you wouldn't have been able to fly anything. Not even Javelin or Thunderbolt would have been able to take that.
Well, I mean, it could have, but who knows where it would have ended up.
Right. I mean, they would have just tumbled like you know.
And this is not to say, by the way, when you deal with weather, that you shouldn't be like, okay, just because it is a little windy, if that's your only problem, you shouldn't have to stop flying because of that. You can go out there when it's like, 5 to 10 maybe. It's just eventually you're going to come across wind. It's just too much to figure out what the plane's doing.
Yeah, why it's not flying the way it's supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you
Or
can't.
if you especially if you've never flown those planes before, so you don't want to do that when you've got that kind of weather.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're not.
'Cause you don't
You
know
definitely
if it's going to help or hinder the plane.
go out there to test a new design. It's like, yeah, 35 mile an hour constant wind. Yeah, that's just. You ain't gonna find out nothing with that. Does the Robert, that 28 weight that works too? How thick is that compared to like puffing paper? Oh, you suck.
Smooth.
It's smooth. Yeah,
So
well,
smooth.
like in flight, or does it feel smooth?
It's like smooth and creamy.
Hey man, if I got some paper that's smooth and creamy, I think that's just kind of scary talk.
Don't touch anything.
That's what keeps it smooth and creamy.
Just don't touch anything.
It's all shiny. It's all shiny.
It's all
Dude.
shiny.
So did you? Oh, speaking of which, did you manage to go get some packing tape? You didn't go get no packing tape, did you? I figured with you getting ready to pack, you probably get some packing tape. No bueno. Okay. I don't exactly know what the hand signs for no bueno is, but that's got to be close to it.
Yeah. Wicka, 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 wicka. Indeed.
It feels smooth. Well, the puffin paper, dude. You said you've seen it too. Like, so puffin paper. Yeah, puffin paper is pretty smooth, man. It feels like it's partially cloth. Really cool.
Oh man, we ain't got no sense.
Don't touch anything in the car.
Anything in the car.
This goes back to the old David Mark days when
You don't touch anything in the car.
Wasn't it you and I that was talking about what if Jesus would have come back, what Jesus be driving?
I don't. Man,
Did we
we've
say
had so
that?
many crazy conversations. I don't remember. It sounds like something we've talked about.
Everybody always talks about like how green he would be. I'm like, dude, how's he going to be green? I keep trying to tell people he's going to drive a truck. Billy's a carpenter. I'm like, well, he doesn't mean he's always going to be a carpenter. I mean,
But he was always a carpenter.
he was then. What's he going to be now? He could be like a software CEO now. I mean, he's got to stay with the times.
But he's probably a CEO of the construction company.
Not if he come back right now. He's got to build his way up to that. You can't just start out being a CEO. What are you, like, Captain Moneybags over there? What's his name? Uncle
Somebody
Moneybags.
gonna promote him.
Well, yeah, but not me. I mean, he got to work his way up. I got to prove to me that he's, like, worth it.
He would just snap his fingers.
Well, here's the other thing. Like, does he have money starting out? Because that's one thing that's going to kill him nowadays. It's not really going to matter because, like, he's going to be a poor carpenter. If he's just a poor carpenter, he's not going to afford anything anyway. So, what's it matter?
Was that Bradley Electrical? That's where he's gonna start. He's gonna be Bradley.
I thought about
Change his
that.
name.
I thought about that. Wouldn't it be cool to, like, have a rubber band launched rocket, dude? Like, that would eliminate some of our defense rocket systems because like other people have those. I've seen pictures of those. Actually, I got a book on that. But like rubber band launched rockets or projectiles to shoot down aircraft, that's a pretty good idea. You better have a lot of rubber bands handy.
I know we've thought about this before, but we haven't really set up any type of launch pods.
Yeah. Oh, besides the ones that we did like with the coat hanger stuff we're talking about?
Right, not off the plane though. I'm not talking about off the plane. I'm talking about like
With the plane.
no, I'm not talking about with the plane. I'm talking about off the ground, like air to ground, like ground to air, air to ground, whatever you ground to air.
I mean, like that thing that was actually that was on the front page of the God, I can't say it. The e-zine. Because I was talking about how we actually developed a launch site.
Well, yeah, but that was just regular rockets out of their tubes, right?
No, actually, son of a dick. No, it wasn't out. No, it wasn't actually out of their tubes. It was launching the planes themselves. The tube was an option, but we actually built like a launch tower so that like if you were to say launch a plane, not that that was the primary purpose, but if you were to do it, you could actually cradle the plane and the rocket and it would launch straight up. Plus the fact that it would hold a camera beneath it so you could witness the launch from that site.
See, my thing is, I was thinking it more of like, okay, so you got the base right here. This is a circle. Imagine this is a circle. Or actually, let's do it this way. You have this. This is the base. This is the base. These 4 squares right here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. You have a tube pointed.
Boop. Banging.
Up here. So this is like, the tube is like, that big, basically. Can I draw it? It might draw. So you draw a tube. Draw a tube. Can you see that? You can't see that. Basically, tube is like from here to here, here to here. It's like this
is it
area,
like here to here?
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This area right here. So the tube sits on the base and it comes up.
Oh, you mean kind of like a when it comes to fireworks, like a mortar?
Yeah. And then you obviously and then you stick your little bottle rocket right in it, obviously right off the edge.
Right.
Clip it on the edge.
Well, that's actually okay. So what you're talking about is basically, yeah, we were trying to set up. That's what we were looking for, is a place that could do the multiple kinds of launches that we would possibly be doing. That was one of the things we made. Like it's a cinder block, but we used the cinder block so we could drill into it. That way, it could support the tower, as it were. But also, being a cinder block, you can have the cylinder, like you're referring to, and it could serve as a launch pad and be mobile because
it could even be PVC pipe. Because it could even be PVC pipe. Whatever. I was just saying, like a toilet paper tube, something like that. Just to give you the idea of what it was. And it sits up, however tall you need it. You stick the rocket on it. You have the wick hang off the edge. And then you just light it and let it shoot out at the angle that it shoots out.
Thank God we got these sound effects.
Boom.
So yeah, but this is that. You're right though. That's exactly what we were going after, and I think we accomplished it pretty well. I mean, I myself have various gauges, if you will, of tubes to fit the various gauges of rocket that I have. So works out pretty well.
Yeah.
My tubes, I think I do have some PVC pipe, but most of mine are cardboard. So,
do we have?
But they're super thick. So
did you record? You did record that rocket launch, didn't you?
Yeah. If you go to our page, some of you guys might have seen it. If you go to our page, they're in there.
Some and the Javelin rocket launch too, right?
Yes.
That's in there too. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Apex, because KIA's Apex was out there for that, and
yeah.
I don't know if did we video the Thunderbolt ones when we did it.
I don't know because I don't have any.
You were supposed to keep those because you had them on the camera. I've got like 2 pictures. You were the one that actually filmed most of that. Yeah, I was counting on you for that.
Not me. Not me.
Here's why we have this problem.
So what happened was
Here we go.
the government meddled in the election.
It's funny how we get there. This is always how it is. It's like always is the government's fault, man. It's the government's fault.
You saw it. It was on the news today.
I was trying to avoid that because I just didn't believe in it.
I just, it's just funny to watch. There was one Democrat that voted against it that I saw.
I mean, it's
But
a
it's
freaking
still-
witch hunt. I
still
mean,
not
dude,
enough.
dude. Well, yeah, dude might be, dude might be the problem and not the answer. But I mean, seriously, for the bulk majority of us, I don't think none of us care. And I mean, like, he's going to be out anyway. So again, what's the point? It just doesn't
but
matter.
no, he's probably gonna do another 4.
He's not going to do another 4. I don't think he even wants to do another 4.
I don't think he has a choice. I think everybody's gonna vote for him.
Well, yeah, it's a good point because I mean, some of these people are just crap.
See, my problem is I don't want anybody on the Democratic side, and it's not because I don't want to vote Democratic. It's because I don't trust them.
Yeah, because they're sitting there trying to impeach a Republican.
But I don't even care about that.
I don't either.
I care about them being dirtbags. They're all dirtbags.
Why do they care? Why do they think we care? We
That's
don't care. Nobody
That's
cares.
why we're going to change this to a political stream, and you're going to vote for me. I'll fix it. I promise you. I'll fix it.
Hey, what party are you running on?
I'll be independent. I don't even care.
The Origami Party.
Yeah. It's the OG party.
It's the OG. Anyway,
Vote for me.
a vote for me is a vote for folds.
Vote for me is a vote for America.
Yeah, God, that sounds like the ticket right there.
America. Vote for America.
I thought about what Robert was talking about there. Hold on, getting back to smart talk. Dude, the helicopters. Like, I was wondering, like, how would you put up
Right here.
okay, obviously near the base, you could launch them, but like, there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of drag even with a rubber band launch because they're not sleek like airplanes are. So, I mean,
Yep,
what would
it's
you
gonna go
expect?
just like this.
Yeah, exactly like that, probably.
It's gonna go. You're gonna try to fly it, and it's gonna.
It's gonna fall apart on you. Don't come in here. Don't come in here.
Just.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Knocked everything over. Oh no. What are you doing?
So he got himself into some major flying trouble. He got himself some major.
What are you doing?
I'm unpacking some stuff I bought today.
You look like you're packing some drugs over there. Like a needle. Like, what are you trying to do?
This is not a needle, man, dude. You can tell the white people that ain't been in no drugs because they always say like, "Oh, it looks like drugs," but it's not drugs.
It looks like you're trying to inject yourself right there. Look at that.
Okay, so it's close to drugs, but that's not my point.
See, look at that. That looks like you're trying to. See, yep. All you gotta do is get the liquid to squirt out.
Oh God, you people are so bad, man.
See, you can't even get the needle in. I know you don't do that often.
Well, yeah. Well, it comes down to how many times you get shock the monkey. You know what I mean? You can't just wait. Let me use the thicker needle.
Yeah,
Now you got me calling it needles, man, dude. See what happens?
Yeah, let me just try to.
I thought your friends were supposed to help you have an intervention.
Yeah. Here, let me just. Ah! Let me get the needle out. Look at that. Look at that needle.
Oh my God.
And then you do it like this. You go. Ah! Oh, that felt good.
Spoken like a true asshole. Why? Oh, yeah, it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, it's greasy.
What
Okay,
is?
so the nozzle, the place I put my needle. This is not a needle. Okay, listen here, folks. It's not a needle. I'm not doing
Next
drugs
thing you
on
know,
live TV.
next thing you know, there's gonna be white powder everywhere.
They're gonna be what? Yeah, right. And it's like,
Like I've been eating donuts.
hit pause, hit pause, hit pause, hit pause. Oh God.
What are
Anyway,
you doing?
I'm just trying to get my drill. It's my drill, man. It's my drill.
My tip drill.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Just to make sure it works. That's all. So you can't put.
What do you need that for? And what thing are you gonna drill?
Well, some of my models, I need some smaller,
Oh,
smaller drill bits. So
that's a little different.
people got time for that. So
No.
Nah. What do you mean no?
No.
People, all kinds of crazy people got time for that. No, yeah, I've done that before too. Yeah, Robert's talking about that. Yes, I've done that before. I've dropped down.
Yeah.
I've dropped down little bitty baby helicopters off of there. Like never usually, not full size ones. I don't think it's ever been this big.
I dropped some off the 3rd floor
Yeah, you did. Directly down to me too.
like 15 years ago.
And that's why we said, Mr. Vertical Ops over there. That's why we said the idea was always as long as you were in a place that had an upstairs, you could do this sort of thing.
Which technically I can right now because I'm on the 2nd floor.
Right. See. Oh, look. See. So you have a place to launch helicopters.
Not technically, no, because I don't have a way to drop them off the 2nd floor. But I live on the 2nd floor. There's no way to drop it off without them getting stuck somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right. Because I remember you showing me the picture. Like, see that window? That's me right there, right? Through the trees from the street view.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my back patio is all enclosed, so I can't drop it off the back patio.
That's what she said.
And then the front, the front is all covered, and then it goes right onto the roof of the. I'm talking about the thing outside. What's the thing? The garbage thing outside. So I can't drop it off on the roof.
It's a garbage thing.
Where
That's the technical term for it. The garbage thing. In case y'all were wondering,
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why you haven't brought us anything in the vertical department, though, is because you really don't have anything for it.
Basically yes, because I'm not able to do that here. And I didn't have it in the last 2 places I was at before this here.
Okay.
And I didn't have any of those in Louisiana either.
No, especially if you were if you RV living is definitely not going to help you out any.
Nope, I didn't have that either. I mean, I could have climbed on top of the RV, but nobody really.
That's true.
Nobody's going to really do that.
Nobody's going to really do that. No. So I got what you're saying. All right. I mean, fair enough. But you did bring up. I mean, going back in our history, you did bring up an interesting point, and other people have already talked about it. Just like saying that. I mean, helicopters. It's a good way to go, and I mean, I thought you were going to take it and run with it, but now we kind of stagnated.
Well,
but I mean, by the same token, it's like, what else can you do? You really can't. I mean, other than saying hey, the design is cool. I mean, they're basically all going to do the same thing, aren't they?
Right. Yeah. It's that. It's really going to just depend on the size and what it can carry, but you're not going to be able to throw it. We've already tried to figure that out. You really can't throw these things.
Not too well. Although, if Robert's talking about being able to launch it, that's something. I mean, that's different,
Yeah, but what is it going to do after you launch it besides drop to the ground? I mean, is it really going to... It's not going to attack unless you light it. You can't even light it on fire because you're going to light your own plane on fire. So,
Well, I mean, if you're using it straight as like for example, the Moths were back in the Great Paper Airplane War. That's how they got destroyed. They were lit on fire and then landed on enemy's aircraft. I mean, if you do that, you could foreseeably light them on fire and drop them directly down, assuming your enemy's directly down. But I mean, that's the only time it's actually going to work.
yeah.
It doesn't drop. What does it do? How do you gotta get it to do something other than drop?
I don't
They go,
see.
they go, they go out. Yeah. How does? I'm trying to picture that because
You, Robert, need to record that.
yeah, I'd like to see. We got to see some videos of these. This is really cool because maybe I'll give you command of the vertical operations. You can take it out because we stagnated on this.
Yeah, and I would have to second that.
Because I was thinking about how, I mean, they don't always have to be a standard shape. Obviously, this is even with my modifications. This is pretty much a standard shape, and there are others you could build. Obviously, a quarter of this size. And only one blade. You could build 4-bladed ones, but depending on how they come off, I mean, it's hard to launch them because, even when you throw it, the wings press back, and unless you're at altitude, they don't usually deploy enough to slow it down. That's the whole trick. So you can't do it when you're standing up. I mean, okay, if you're talking about rubber band launching them, that gets them far enough up and out that maybe by the chance that by the time they're ready to deploy, as it were, they're starting to rotate down. Yeah, it comes down like a maple seed. Yeah. Oh, you mean an actual leaf, kind of float? That'd be cool. I always thought about that. Every now and then you go outside. Well, Mark doesn't have this problem because he lives in Florida, but you go outside when it's fall and trees start dropping their leaves and stuff, and if you see a big old deciduous leaf from an elm, a maple, an elm, an oak, a maple, elm, and you see them drop and they do flutter really good, so they have some aerodynamic qualities. But it's if you can get a helicopter that here we go again, though. Is it really a helicopter or is it a plane at that point?
Yeah,
because it's basically a glider.
I don't know what kind of trees are those.
Well,
I have palm trees.
You've got palm trees
And the occasional pine tree.
Yeah, but do they ever even? Yeah, do they? Do you have deciduous? Do you have any big green leaves? Because you have all coniferous trees. And palms. I don't know if palms considered coniferous or not.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they don't. I will say during the springish time, certain palm trees gain like an orange color, which is.
But they don't ever drop their leaves, really. I mean, even if they
do, so they only drop their leaves whenever they're growing.
Right.
So the bottom ones will die as it gets taller. The bottom palms. See, let me pull this up and show you.
Okay, you showing the public or just me?
I mean, I can do that.
Well, we're talking helicopters. We're talking leaves. You can show the public, I guess.
So let me.
I mean, but if you guys know the difference between deciduous and coniferous, those are pretty scientific terms. Did you pay attention in biology class?
Of course I did, and I took it 3 times.
Oh. Conifers are usually the ones that produce cones: pine, spruce, fir, stuff like that. Deciduous is the broad leaves, oak, elm, stuff like that. So, they usually shed their leaves in fall, whereas obviously conifers maintain their needle-like leaves all through the year. And when they fall, it's, infrequent, or leave a carpet. So it's they both leave a carpet, but the deciduous, the broad leaves, obviously they can float, so. A little different dealing. Okay, so see, and that's what I'm. So if yours is spinning, so does it is it? Pardon the term, but they used to call them retarded bombs. An airplane would drop the bomb and it would deploy a balut or a chute to actually retard the bomb, so it gave the aircraft time enough away from falling down. I mean, is that kind of the deployment of these helicopters? They come off the plane and then they deploy the wings, so then they start rotating. And they get away. I mean, that's the case, but still, that's just gravity spinning then. They don't really. I mean, they fly, but they drop. They're not propelling themselves forward. You would need these to literally be some kind of motive power to actually get them to go forward. And I have seen illustrations. I haven't built the planes yet, but I do have in one of my many aircraft books, paper aircraft books, that there is cases where the like somebody has built the bases. I can bring up React sitting over here. I can build they built the plane, and what they did was they put basically just an elongated sheet and stuck it on top with like a pin, and it actually had a rotating wing over the front of it. That's a totally different helicopter design, but I still think that even that thing, I've never tried it, but I would think even that thing probably have a hard time getting across because your front wing is like rotating as you throw. I mean, you could possibly rip the stock off. So, I don't know. So they do go forward, but they go forward with the flight, right? I mean, basically they're along the flight path, going across the line.
So you guys are seeing this.
I see that. Yes.
This is what it looks like when it's growing, or the palm leaves are turning brown, and they're falling off. So they just kind of hang here, and then somebody either comes by and trims it. These are down here are dead. These are dead.
They're all dead?
Yeah, these are dead. But these green ones are growing. Like this tree is getting bigger because these are all new up here. But these are the old ones.
There's still a version of palm, right?
Yeah. This is
Okay.
a different types of this is a different type of palm tree.
Is that basically all you have? You don't have anything?
Uh,
You should take a picture of the trees in your area.
I mean, they have other stuff. Like, I mean, let me.
He's gonna look up trees of Florida. So, what did you find out crazy today?
Oh, they do have this. I don't know. This picture obviously isn't loading that well. They have banyan trees.
Oh, banyan trees, yeah.
They do have those on occasion, but they don't turn brown.
John Brown.
Yeah. They basically look like they're like growing everywhere. But no, like this is like downtown.
Man. Okay. Is that even tree? I mean, like barely trees.
But see,
my God,
the thing is,
grass
they
and
they do this stuff. Like this is going down over by the road that goes down to Trump's place.
Yeah.
They literally just buy the trees and then they plant them. See how these have the wooden things on them?
Yeah.
That's because these were planted here. These were not grown here wild. So that's why they're in a row and they all look, most of them are all the same and everything else. They literally just buy them and plant them everywhere they can.
Yeah, because other than that, Florida would just be a sycamore swamp. You got sycamores there. You got to, because sycamores, that's like.
Well, that's
running
probably out
wild
in the
down there.
glades, though. Like, I don't see them. Like, we don't see them anywhere around here.
I have
literally,
not
there's
tried
no other
doing
type.
that. What does that do?
Oh, we
Is
have
that a
these too. These are different types of what is it? Bismarck palms.
Still a palm, right?
Yeah, it's still a palm tree, but it's like a bush.
But in any case, your leaves. Actually,
Yeah,
your
it's like
leaves
this.
probably fly more like helicopters than everybody else does.
Yeah, like see, this
Because
is what
of that.
this is what that looks like when it gets bigger, but it starts out like a little bush, and it gets bigger,
Oh.
and it looks like that. And these are
Okay.
some big palm trees.
I would imagine if you do that, it would probably actually dissolve the paper. Maybe. That's all I can think of.
What's
Unless it lights it on fire. You do have hedges and stuff, I bet.
Well,
But see,
yeah,
like
but
you-
that's
you
all.
never get-
That's like this. That's like this.
This
This
is-
is what we have.
Does it ever get freaking warm or cold enough down there for the leaves to ever fall off of anything?
Not besides the palm trees.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like, dude, you don't have, like leaves
No,
changing
like
color down there at all. Yeah, because like everything's like when it
what-
grows brown and falls off, it's just dead or just didn't get enough water.
right.
It's not like the changing of the season. Like what changing of the season?
There is no
So-
changing of the season. There's only one changing of the season. That's right now. It's not hot. It's called not hot.
Yeah, it's just warm.
It's just cool, and then hot in the afternoon, and it's cool in the morning and the evening, and then it's hot in the afternoon. Sometimes it's cool all day, but cool. But
In the pool.
oh, and then of course you have your coconut trees, which are palm trees, but they're coconut trees. Because not every palm tree has a coconut.
Well, no, you got to get the right palm.
Yeah. So, but they're called coconut trees, and those are pretty cool because most of those are wild.
So if you stick a pin in a thunderbolt and throw it up there, you could possibly have a tree full of thunderbolts. That'd be kind of cool.
No.
No, not at
No.
all. Really? I would think you'd at least want to try it. I'm thinking about that myself because it'd be really cool to see a paper airplane tree. You stick a whole bunch of pins in the noses of some javelins and throw them into something with cones or something so they stick in there.
Where is my... That's not what I wanted.
The paper starts to move in the water? Okay, now I do want to try it. Is this the same kind of rubbing alcohol you just get normally? Because that sounds cool. Dude, if it works like... Okay, so if you just put it like on a flat sheet? Okay, all right. Now you got me wondering. Okay. Oh my God. Now he's really got me wondering. Yeah, now you got. Yeah, now you did it. Now you got me wondering.
There we go.
So, how does one?
So I'm trying to find an actual really good picture of it. But this palm tree is one of my favorites because this one, when the orange palm seeds grow,
Yeah.
like it looks really cool.
How did you find this out anyway?
Because I realized that they're not like this all year. When I moved to Tampa, that's where I saw it. I was like, oh, that's my favorite palm tree because it like when the light hits it really well, like it looks like one of these type photos.
Oh,
You know, it looks like kind of like this, but not as overexposed. I can't even find a good one on here to even kind of show you.
oh, I see. Because it's like oil and water. The alcohol doesn't exactly mix with the water. Nobody's really got a video on that, but they do show trying to mix alcohol and water, and it doesn't really work because the alcohol spreads the water out of the way. It's really cool. I'm watching this dude. It's a strange effect because it's like it's pushing it away, and it keeps the water excited. It's like at a constant fight.
What are you?
That's cool.
What are you looking at?
You see what Robert said? Robert said something about like 91% rubbing alcohol on a piece of paper and drop it in a bucket of water. And I don't see anything about actually, like, there's no video on alcohol on paper in water. But there is an alcohol in water effect. Like, somebody put rubbing alcohol. That's just standard isopropyl alcohol. But, like, they put it on there and just in water, and it was, like, it doing some weird stuff. Which basically it looked like the alcohol was pushing the water out of the way. But he's talking about how it makes it kind of... It makes the paper move around. Which gives me an interesting ideas.
You know, that's what I'm looking up here.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if it goes like, okay, so you could obviously do rubbing alcohol, but what other types of alcohol? Like, here's another one that shows mixing ethanol in water. Now, I mean, they're just literally mixing it, but what if we had, and what kind of, no, it's denatured ethanol. What kind of, like, is it regular tap water or is it denatured water? Because there's a difference in that too. Like, we'd probably have to get a special kind of water ourselves. We couldn't just simply. That's the key. I mean, like, you're already getting some products. Like, if you want to do something like this, you'd like to be able to use something that you could just have on hand, or at least readily get. I mean, you could readily get most of that, but I mean, like, if it was tap water, it'd be a lot better than trying to get denatured water each time you had to do this. Yeah, and then it would sail the seven seas.
Stupid ads.
Well, again, does this make the does this make, say again, if you do this, for example, a plane like that, does that make the plane waterproof? But you're pouring a liquid on the plane anyway, so you're already kind of killing it. Yes, blue and yellow make green. Regular water, not unleaded, regular water. Well, see, but that's what I was trying to get at, was like moving parts. Using moving parts of any kind. That would be. I was trying to think of that. Like, my thought was, you brought the paper boat up. I get it. We've never done paper boats. We've always talked about the aircraft. Remember talking about the aircraft carrier?
Yep.
And I mean, like, of course, we weren't really considering, like, we're just considering landing paper airplanes on it. But the design of the carrier has always been the bag of our minds. I don't think anybody ever strung it together yet. I mean, we still could do it. It would probably be a gross example of our time, but if you made it out of this, yeah, it would kill the plane. Maybe not yours, maybe not tapered planes, but
Why is that doing that?
I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's a matter of, like, oil and water. They just don't mix, so it's kind of trying to shove it out of the way. I mean, literally. That's why it looks like there's bubbles and stuff. It's just staying excited.
Are you seeing the video that I'm playing?
No. Wait, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
Is that the same video?
Okay. No. Mine was different. It was just some dude with his phone took a picture of a puddle and poured isopropyl alcohol on the puddle. It was a little bit further down. If you just looking at, alcohol in water, it's a little bit further down. I'm using a Bing search. I didn't use a Google search. But it does say isopropyl alcohol in water, strange effect.
Okay, found it.
Okay. And yeah, it's kind of neat. But like Robert was saying there, it's like he's thinking about, like, okay, so you make a paper boat out of it, covered in alcohol, and throw it in water, and basically the boat's just going to move what looks like on its own, because that's the effect it has. I mean, it would probably kill the boat too, wouldn't it? I mean, but at least you get a design out of it. I mean, because you could throw a regular sheet on there and have the same effect. But I was thinking, what had me thinking was, like, what about different designs? I mean, oh God.
What is it?
I can't start
besides
a paper
moving
navy.
around, what is it doing?
I can't start a paper navy. Well, exactly that though. It's like it is separating itself, like the puddle. It's a puddle within a puddle. It pushed all the water out of the way, and the activity that you see, the constant rippling, is just it fighting the water off. Because you'll notice the edges of the water puddle don't get bigger. So it's not shoving the water really. It's just kind of, I guess it's either sitting on the water, which would be really cool, or it's just like trying to keep the water at bay without moving it anywhere. So I think maybe you can't really tell from the video because, of course, how he videoed it. But I mean, like, if you could be on the level, maybe the water level rose or something. Has the alcohol just combined with it? It's really neat. I'd like to see more takes on that. That makes it interesting. Like,
Here you go.
Dude, that might be the way. We always thought about
This
there
is the
may
way.
be just a way to make propulsion for the aircraft carrier. Did you ever come up with any idea exactly of how to build one at all? Because I know we talked about it way back, but do you
I
ever
ain't
have
come
any
up with nothing.
ideas?
I ain't ever come up with nothing.
I think we should get together and like put our ideas together, and maybe that's what'll bring us up. Like we just write like a big old database.
Yeah. Speaking of
We'll
that,
Speaking of that, I think we should make like a big old database and plug each ideas in there, and like
looks like it is cold wherever he is at.
it does. Yeah.
Have you ever tried this? 1/3, basically 1 part water, 2 parts alcohol.
Probably not. I don't think so.
And he created a defrost spray. That's probably a really good idea. Could have used that years ago.
Dude, I just gotta like. I seriously, I think what he said. I think we got a kick-ass idea for. We really should. We really should try to make the aircraft carrier.
What? No, we're not. No.
Well, I just got. Well, okay, fine. I'll build it, but I gotta. I mean, I think I've got most of the ideas put together.
You know, if we just used, electronic planes, we'll be all right.
Well, there actually is. I noticed the other day. I don't remember what I was looking up, but there actually is a case. If somebody put a radio-controlled aircraft carrier or something like that, a model out on the water, and said like, "Now can we land planes on it?" And they were talking about paper planes, which is always our thing. I doubt we could do that. And even if we could, what the hell is the point?
You'd have to have it motorized.
Well, that's the thing. He just gave me the kick-ass idea as far as a power plant for it that involves just basic stuff. I mean, I was thinking, okay, so we knew we had to make it float with something big, right? So I was thinking about using not milk jugs, but you ever seen those ones, those water jugs you can get that have like 3 liters in them, or well, that's 1 gallon, 3 gallons, 5 liters, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, you're
They're
talking
bigger
about the
than
big,
that.
clear, round plastic ones.
Yeah, but some of them come in squares. And what I was thinking about was, since they're square, if you had the aircraft carrier, because it's for paper airplanes, it doesn't have to be what kind of it doesn't have to look like a real thing, as long as it's got a flat top that can hold shit, right? So you don't have to have an island. I mean, nobody's going to be on it. So what I was thinking of is like if you took 4 of those, and since they're square, you just you place them in each place on the corner, and then just put a top on it, right? As long as it's semi-level, it could be a cardboard top. They're going to float. They're freaking, square and they're empty. I'm not saying put the ones with water in them. I'm saying, put the ones that are empty, right? But he made the kicker on there is like, okay, so what if they were halfway filled with alcohol? Or maybe even 3/4 of the way filled with alcohol. And you can put say the back 2, you could cap all 4 of them, but the back 2 could have pinpricks in the bottom of in the caps. And then if they're partially submerged, the interaction between the alcohol and the water would cause that little bubbling effect like you saw there. And it would in theory, it should propel it forward, right? I have not tried that. I've always thought about that. I've not tried that. I never remember to go get pool chlorine. But I know it only takes like a tablet of pool chlorine. If you just have like one of those, you've got yourself. No, see, and that's the thing is like if we ever did it with a carrier, we could not use that because the force is just too far. It's too much. But man, alcohol in there, it's like if you took this, this is a great example. If this water bottle here is like what we would use for the carrier, if it was this full of alcohol like this, see, laying flat, it covers most of the cap. So if you put a pinprick hole in there, and then put it down, put the flat top on it, and this actually sunk, this is below the water line, the alcohol will keep the water out, and in theory anyway, by the way it
Create it.
responds,
Keep it like created as a motor.
yeah, because it'll force the water out, which means it'll force it away. It wouldn't be fast, but it would be puttering forward, right? This will be
Puttering.
something interesting to test. I don't exactly know how we could. I don't exactly know how we could possibly like get
Anybody
it
know
in
how to
such a way where.
create? Anybody know how to create a database?
Did you finish? Did you get? By the way, did you get it to work finally? Did you finish downloading and it all functioned?
Okay, so I got it open finally after I got it to that point. So I'll show everybody here what I'm
Okay,
working.
we're gonna continue on with that part 2 thing that we never had there
Yeah.
last
So
week.
basically, my problem is now I can't get the spreadsheet to open up in the
Many fish were killed in the experiment. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
because like it wants me to select these fields, but this is not what I want. Like I want.
Oh, I gotta see this. Hold on. My bad. Let me get. There we go. Okay.
You know,
I
I
just see
don't.
what you were looking at.
I don't want that. If I go into create view, I can't drag. I gotta drag this over. Like this is not how you create it. Like this is not the way. This is not the way.
This is
Because
not
this
the
is like
way.
a query to, you know, to query data. See? And if I go to, yeah, see, it's wanting me to add tables that I've already created, and I don't have anything created. So use the wizard to create the table doesn't allow me, you know, to do anything. It basically says, hey, I want you to use what's already here, and I can't select. So then I went to insert. Whoa. See, yeah, that doesn't do me any good because that's not what I want.
What the hell? What are we doing differently then?
I don't know.
That is base, right?
Yeah, it's Libra.
Right. Okay, so that's base. You're all right. So, okay. No, don't register it. Yep, okay. That
Not that anybody else out there could hear it.
was just funny sounding from my part.
Oh, I know.
Sorry, we were intruded a little bit upon people.
Yeah,
It's okay.
you know, edit. No, rename. I don't have a table. I need a table. I need data. Advanced. No, that's not what I want. I don't want a form. I don't want a form. I know what a form does. A form is the GUI. If y'all don't know what GUI is,
Look it up. It's
yeah.
when you
I mean,
when like a
I'm
ghost
not a
slimes
genius
you,
here. I'm really not. Dave will tell you, I'm not a genius when it comes to this
he's
stuff.
all right, but you know.
But See,
Many fish were killed in the experiment. I love that line.
I don't want a new spreadsheet.
You really had to download JRE, huh?
Yeah, I had to download that to get it to work, and I had to like reboot it like I don't know how many times to get it to finally kick in. Now where did I?
Good.
Now where did I save?
Where, oh where are you tonight? Oh goddamn. Okay, so yeah, weird.
Where did I save those files? Oh, I put them in downloads.
Well, it's like you said. Why?
Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to take this contractor sheet and I'm trying to save it. Or actually, I'm not even trying to save it. I'm trying to import it into stick database. And I don't even see where it says that you can import it. Unless I'm just not seeing it. If somebody sees it, you let me know. But you're going to have to let Dave know, and then he'll let me know, because I can't see the chat.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could pull it up on the other screen, but I'm just trying to...
Well, that's obviously. I mean, I can tell it's obviously the contractor sheet. I mean, you know, you
yeah,
you installed it, but
this is the contractor sheet.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get it right.
You
That's
know,
all.
It's just
Trying to make sure they're
frustrating because I can't figure out.
What the deuce? Okay. It's frustrating because you can't figure it out. And of course, it should be. Lo and behold, man.
Okay, I don't know what this is doing. See, it's just, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like, there's no, like... I don't get it. Because I know I've done this. Gone to new spreadsheet. I figured it would be under insert.
I think you're right. Oh.
No, it's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted.
What?
Open.
No. Stop getting jiggy with it, would you?
I know. I don't need a digital signature. I don't need my digital signature.
Well, apparently you're not the only ones that were dealing with this, though, because apparently, yeah, that is the.
Oh, I didn't tell you though. I'm making a song about IT.
You're gonna love IT. Oh, okay.
No, it's actually kind of funny.
That's what I meant.
Making a hip hop song about my IT department. Mostly, I'm making it about how the rest of the people that work at the hospital are retarded. And
It's a good start.
yeah, well, no, it was funny earlier. I don't know if it's still funny now, but it was funny earlier. Um, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. I really,
What he said was funny, but he doesn't remember what he said.
you know, it said it was like
Oops.
you complaining about your computer being slow. Why you bitching? The internet here is better than you got at home. You know, something like that.
Oh my God.
Just stupid shit. That's basically what it was.
Well, I could say that's probably.
And then one other part was like, you put in a ticket. I came to fix it. I looked at you retarded. All I did is restart it.
Oh my God.
But that's true though.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I really
That's
do
literally
suppose-
half of what we do. My monitor doesn't work. I can't do my work. I came to your desk. I plugged it in. The shit needs power.
by the hour.
It took you an hour. you know.
Oh my God.
I went back to my desk. I laughed it off. Something stupid like that.
Something stupid like that. Okay.
I mean, that's basically the premise of the whole song. But I know a buddy of mine at work that would help me with it. And he, I was making another song about all the rich people around here. Or actually about all the gold diggers around here.
Oh?
Yeah, and it was like you want a Bentley, you want a Ferrari, but I ain't got that kind of money. I ain't got that kind of money. That kind of.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. But it was funny. Like, it was funnier than that, but it was funnier.
White people.
White, baby.
White people.
Weird.
All right.
Weird whitey.
We'll be here, I'm sure.
Where's she going somewhere?
Weird whitey. No, Robert said he'd be right back, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll be here. We got at least another hour. No, I'm trying to figure this damn thing out. Because if I have the spreadsheet open, how can I not save it into... Or maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
You might be. You literally might be.
Because is each one of these got to be... No, because I should be able to have all of this information into one table in Outlook. In Outlook, in freaking Office, and base. It's all about that base. But I should be able to do... Why do you keep opening up on that side of the daggone computer when I close it out over here? Yeah, you're retarded. You
It
keep
just
opening
wants
it.
to be that way, man. It just
It
wants to be
does.
that way.
Like, I don't like it like that. I don't like it like that either. Stop opening over there.
Oh my god.
I mean, I could manually enter all this information in, but that would take forever.
Right.
Because even trying to copy and paste it.
Or just you're supposed to be able to enter data off a sheet, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to.
Well, I mean, does it have to be? Does it have to be straight off of like Excel/Calc, or does it have to be off of a Word document? Or I mean, it doesn't
No,
care, does it?
I literally thought, like back in the day when I was doing this, that you could pull it straight from Excel.
I thought that was the case too. Actually, I mean, I don't remember all of it, but I do remember. Yeah, I thought that was the case. Like you
Yeah, I
could
thought
just.
we had Excel sheets that we had pulled reports from.
Yeah, because
that
I
we-
remember
that
gathering
we-
the data. I've even got a sheet made. It's like I had one ready to go into the database. That's an Excel sheet. I just called IVPAC database because we were going to pull all the information off of it.
Right.
So I thought, yeah,
I started messing around with it on my work laptop because it actually has access on it, and it has Office,
yeah.
and it was working a little bit better, but I still couldn't get the table into the program. That's not what I want.
That's not it. That's not it.
Because I know what a query is. Query is just pulling data.
Yeah.
Form is the GUI.
Right.
This is what you
Okay,
want.
so far you're good.
This is crap. Open. Where you is? There you is. So this I was messing around with before, and I deleted it. But yeah, like you want to go over here. Where's the daggone thing? It's over here. If you want this, you want to put a combo box. Boom. And then you can link it to the table or the query.
Okay.
And then you hit, next, and then, it pulls your information. Now, if you want just a button to click, you got your button. Boom. You can anchor the button to the page. You can form properties. You can get it to pull from a command or a table.
Okay.
But that's not what I want.
No. You're not
Because
trying.
I'm not trying
right.
to do a form. I mean, I will, but it's not what I want at the moment. I want the table. I need the data first. I mean, I could literally start backwards, which is kind of how you do it anyways with a website. You start with the final view in your head. The final countdown. You start with that. What you want the layout to look like, what you want the buttons to do, and that sort of thing. You kind of draw it out, or however you want to do it. And then you build the website.
Right. Okay.
And put that data behind those buttons. But in this case, with Office, and all these other programs that you're trying to create a database from or with, you want to put the data in the database. You need to have the end idea. Hey, I want to be able to pull this type of data. And what you want it to do. Because I already know what I want it to look like. But the thing is, I can't do that without tables first. So I know what I want. I need the tables to be put in, and I can't put the tables in. Because
Why the hell would they not allow? Yeah,
reports
why?
and queries are exactly what they are. They
And
just
it's well,
pull they just pull data.
and it's not like there's no place that says import from
No,
like
that's what I'm
anywhere
saying.
else.
Like it doesn't say. It says insert form, insert report, report wizard query. This is a table design, but it pulls up the same page as just clicking on table and going to design view.
I don't think
It
we
just pulls up
discovered
the
it
design
quite yet.
view. What was that?
Robert was asking about if we discovered the identity of OAE yet.
Oh, you. I'm trying to be nice to Matt. I'm really trying to be nice because I got some stuff that I could do that I could find it out fairly quickly. I'm just being nice. I've learned a lot over the last 2 years. I'll put it that way.
So the basic answer is yes, but we're honoring his. It wouldn't be this
I'm
way if he wasn't so
respecting his
secretive. But we're
wishes
just
of
trying
not.
to be. You can't get away as long as you're on the internet.
I mean, I'm respecting his wishes at this point. He doesn't want to put his name out there. I got you.
I got you.
I got you. I because even over the last month, I've learned more stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is brutal. Because I have somebody who's got his days numbered when it comes to his networking at his house. It will be sometime next year that his internet ports just randomly shut down at random times.
I'm not talking about your brother.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the end.
Because this is on the internet, and you can't put anything on the internet that isn't true.
Oh yeah, right.
So I don't know what you're talking
Number
about.
5467.
I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I said something, but you don't know who I'm talking about. And
Oh yeah, you're right.
But he gonna know. He gonna know when it happens.
And
And there ain't nothing they can do about it. There ain't nothing they can do about it. See, that's already another song right there.
It's amazing how quickly you come up with this sort of thing.
I'm telling you, that's why I need to get into music, man. Ain't got time for these planes. Just make millions on music. Millions and millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions and millions of beats. See, look at that.
Well, thanks, man. You get this far, and now you want to give it up, huh? Okay, fine, be that way.
I take the paper. I fold the paper. I ain't talking about the green. I'm talking about the yellow. I ain't talking about the green. I'm talking about the yellow.
I think it might just be
Millions and millions and millions of folds. Millions and millions and millions of tape.
I think it might be a simple case of you just can't link up the sheet with the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a feature that is. It's almost like the feature isn't in here. Let's go to here. Let's see what I'm missing. Let's look at my toolbars and see what I'm missing. All commands. Let's look. See, that's
good
applying.
God.
That's applying the filters, which I don't need. Checkbox. Gotcha. Check in, check out. Yeah. Combo boxes, connections. Cut. Data source as table. Hold up. Where did that go? Obviously, that didn't go anywhere. User data, general data, view data, print data, path data. Don't look at that. Security data. All right.
The
Application.
simplest approach is to create a database file that points to a spreadsheet full of the data. Well, no kidding.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I want. You're not finding anything in there.
Okay, wait a minute. Go in there and start a new one real quick.
Start a new database.
Yeah, start a new database real quick.
File.
Go to
New database.
okay. That window right there says create a new and then open an existing. Is that what it says? What do you got right there? Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Cancel that a second. What does it say right there? What is that the screen that says that? Like
Yeah.
create a new, open exist. Does it say connect to an existing database on the bottom?
Yeah, right here.
And is it drop down spreadsheet? Yeah, select that
You son of a.
and then see if you can like link
No.
it to. Yeah, that's actually all you got to do. Just make sure you know where you're. Like, if you got the sheet, you should have the sheet downloaded. Just
Son of
like, just put the path in there and.
Okay, but it still only does. That still only gives me one. Oh my goodness.
But you can put more from that location.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so hang on. File. Open. See, I don't want to open new.
No?
I want to insert. Son of a bitch.
Sometimes when you get it, you just get it, you know?
Okay, so that worked.
Just so you have it, folks. There it is.
Well, they can't see that. You got to post that in the chat.
I will. But, I mean, that's for your sake, though, because they may not have open office.
Yeah, I'm using LibreOffice.
Or LibreOffice, excuse me. I'm sorry. Same
Oh,
one.
yeah. Same. Close. It's actually a little bit more functionality. I like it. Okay. Cancel.
Whoa!
Let's go here. Okay, so why can't I add more tables? Stinking son of a... That's not what I want. So I think here's what we're going to have to do.
Uh-oh, here it comes, people.
We're going to have to
Here it
create
comes.
one massive, and I mean massive, spreadsheet.
You mean like put all the information on one sheet, like in Excel,
Yeah.
instead of multiple tabs? Can you open up multiple tabs?
Well, that's what I'm saying. These were all tabs within that sheet.
Right.
Because you have the, when you look at the contractor, let me go ahead and open it up. When you open up the,
He's there, folks. He's there. Don't worry about it. He's coming.
when you open up the contractor spreadsheet, you have all these tabs down here at the bottom that it came with,
Right.
and it is there. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
So all of
Okay.
this info was already there, which is good, But the problem is, if I can only link one spreadsheet per database, that's annoying.
Okay.
Because I was seriously thinking that I was going to be able to... Hold up.
Let's see this here a minute. Did you get that?
Somewhere.
You saw it, right? I didn't hear the tingle bells. See, I sent you that in chat. That's the sheet I was talking about. I call it Database Master because I put all the sheets and then put them into one that was going to be in a database. This is the one I built last time we mentioned this.
Obviously, it's not up to date.
It's not up to date, but I wanted to give it to you so you had like an idea of what I was going to play with. You know, it was supposed to be our first attempt, so this is, you know, like, you could use that. It's got all the pertinent sheets in it, but not up to date. I could make it up to date if you could get it to work the way you want it to work. People, we're trying to make this. We're trying to make this happen. We've tried to make this happen for a long time, and we could be on the verge here. This could be.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah. Oh, I remember. Okay. File. Save as. Desktop. No, I need it in downloads.
Sorry, bear with us. Can they see your screen?
Not.
They just see the yellow sheet.
They can see the database. They can't see the screen.
Okay, well, that's fine. As long as they're seeing some of whatever we're doing here. Because
Yeah.
again, this is kind of like an unofficial part 3 of the part 2 we started. It only lasted 15 minutes.
What did I save it as last time? I guess it really doesn't.
Basically, OpenOffice and LibreOffice, and to a lesser extent, Access in Microsoft Office, they're all basically the same. They're just little nuances that are different, and some, of course, add a little bit more functionality than others. Has Mark found out over there? Yeah. So,
file, new, database, connect to existing database.
I had to hook up the drive because the drive contains all this stuff.
Database master, open, finish.
Database master isn't one that we have in our sheets. I usually didn't put it in there for that reason yet.
Database master.
But I can't.
Boom!
We can't update it though, so.
Got to break down.
You like that one? Huh? You like that one?
Okay. Okay, so let's look at. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
That's more what you were talking about, huh?
That is it.
Now, like I said, now if we want to, now I could build a new sheet like that with updated stuff.
So the only thing that I'm gonna ask is you see this legend here.
Yeah.
You take out everything from the space all the way down, because we don't need that in the actual database.
Okay.
Only because you can't like this. These aren't actual.
I know it won't refer. Yeah, if you do like any kind of.
You know what I'm saying?
filter,
It's
they're
not
gonna
real
bring that
data.
up.
It's not real
Yeah.
data. It was more of a reference for us, which the database doesn't really need.
If you could put up some kind of table of contents.
And honestly, do you want to?
Which sheet is that? I can't tell. It's small.
This is the contractor sheet.
The contractor sheet. Okay.
Yep. So
Well,
it's the one with Group 7.
Again, yeah. So if I do that, that's no big deal because again, the database one doesn't include certain things that our main sheets do anyway. So it makes sense. No, I get it. That'll work.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to take the numbers off of Group 7. You know what I'm saying? That's totally up to you.
The parentheses numbers? Yeah.
Only because, you know, and I don't know everybody, but you know them, and the other spreadsheets, basically the backup and everything else, will have that information.
Okay.
So if you ever wanted to reference that, you could always just pull that up, and that's. But
Well, this could get
That's not
a
something
lot
that
deeper.
Group 7 is not going to be doing anything new.
It wouldn't be anything like that anyway. So yeah, you got a point. That's true.
Yeah, you know,
I
and
could take that out.
I'm only saying that because your company name is going to have that parenthesis by it.
Right.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's totally up to you. Look at that, Maverick Incorporated. I wonder who that guy is.
It's like the only one that could possibly be. Oh, that's the old one. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
I've wondered if we should have like put, the older names in there. But I mean, you're basically one of the only ones that went through a major change like that. So.
What are you talking about?
Well, like anybody else that went through a name change, only pretty much like I just went from a company to industries. That's basically it. Somebody went from like aircraft to Aero Systems. You're the only one that actually completely changed from Maverick Incorporated to NASA's. A total overhaul of the name.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you go from single to married.
Well, mine did that, and I had no change whatsoever.
That ain't the point.
Matter of fact, we
Totally
broke
different
off
people here.
We broke off into 3 different contractors. I mean, my God.
Well, yeah. But SMA is still there.
Yes, that's true.
And that will always be. Yes.
Okay, so I'll update it. I'll take that's fine. I'll take that stuff off of there. Hell, I could be working on that right now. As a matter of fact,
I'm just saying. I mean, so basically.
No, but how deep do you want to make it? Because like we were talking about, I mean,
so
if you want to turn this into the kind of database where, again, eventually you could have a scanner and scan planes, so that like when you scan the plane, it instantly goes to this plane belongs to the 14th Squadron at 194th Wing.
I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know how that's going to work. I really don't. I mean,
would that be part of the same database?
It should, because I honestly don't want to have more than one to manage, because this is a lot of data.
I mean, here's the thing. If you have 2, and one is simply for aircraft, that's the only one that would probably be more work intensive. The one that you're creating, like the one that we're working on right here, right now, this thing wouldn't be so bad, because this is all stuff that's pretty much set. I mean, certain things change, but not as much as like the aircraft.
Right, but so here's my idea. Like, let's open this up.
Bear with us, people.
So here's kind of what my idea for this was. Let's start with.
You're seeing it here firsthand, folks. This is, like I said, we're getting this actually down more than we ever have.
So, let's start with this. So, actually, no, that's not what I really want. Not there, anyways. So you start here.
Oh Jesus! Okay, so new. No, that's not what I did. You dopey dope to dope.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What the hell? So.
Okay. So.
I can take off the fact that it's a. Oh my God! Innovate subcontract, primary contractor, subcontract.
Okay.
I never knew it did that before. Oh, yeah, it did.
So basically, you have this.
Okay.
So this is just kind of a general idea. So you have the name, obviously.
Right. He's got an idea, folks.
You know, you got the name, and then okay, you have a push button over here. This push button says new contractor. So you click on the button, obviously, and it will bring you to the next page where you add a new contractor. And then you have another button here. Obviously, I'm not trying to line anything up. That says new aircraft design. Yep. And then boom. You have another button over here. Obviously, this is not the exact layout I'm looking for, but I'm just kind of giving you current contractors. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you basically have a layout where you have a couple of buttons on the main page. Let me see if I can do a preview. Where's the preview at? Default style. That's not what I want.
We're getting into some computing on this show. This is pretty cool.
Yep. So snap to grid, display to grid. Yeah, that's stuff I'm gonna use later. Form properties, form navigation, add field. Oh yeah, look at that. And then obviously, you know, this would be the main form that pops up. So in the background, whenever the database is open, the query runs, this page pops up.
Okay.
And then so that's, you know, the stuff that has to happen in the background that I've got to code in. This page pops up, and then boom, you click on this. Actually, as a matter of fact, let's see if I can.
Where is it? There it is.
Let's go to rundown. Okay. Let's go there. On click events.
What the hell is this? I'm finding stuff, man. I'm finding stuff.
All right, let's see here.
Basically, a sheet like that it has to do with like adding contractors. Well, I mean, that could come up in something like that. But I'm going back to the aircraft sheet. So, you add aircraft is basically going to be the same way. It's just it could be a little different because yours could it's telling you its location and where it's based.
Right.
And
so
like
that's what I mean, this isn't exactly because this. Let me save this. I'll just save this as a rough draft. Save. main. Save. So that way I can close this out.
Okay.
Go into here. Let's have combo box. This would be cool. Let's contractors next.
Well, certainly.
Contractors. Next. Contractor. Next. Yes, I want to save it in the following database. Contractor. Finish.
Put it together, man. He's putting.
So, come on now. Obviously, I've got to play with it, but this drop down here is supposed to freaking work. Okay. I'm still obviously trying to figure. I haven't actually done.
This may make for a semi-boring show.
Well, yeah.
Maybe, but I mean, people are keeping up. If people keep up, I mean, you know, like you're seeing some sheets that you may have never seen before, and you're getting pertinent info. And this is the first time we've ever done this. So, I mean, yeah, blah blah blah. You want somebody to fall on their head off running off a banana peel? I know, I know.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. Input required. Yes. Sure. So why don't you let me edit that?
Okay, I don't need that sheet.
See, see what I'm saying? That I need you to remove that. The legend is here.
Right. No, I got you.
You have the space, and then you have all the other.
No, that makes sense. And when, of course, when he got into doing something like that, I mean, yeah, I would definitely get it out of the way. So
then you don't want to delete record. It's not letting me create a new record. Interesting. But I figured it would let me pull from existing data because I don't want to create a new record on this one. I actually just want all these to stay the same.
Right.
Because this is you inputting a new plane. So you select your company, and then you select blah blah blah. All your stuff, and then that information gets put into, when you hit save, that information gets put into, I mean, I guess you could do it that way, but still. Let's do it this way.
Why am I not allowed to move
List
or copy the
box.
sheet? This is the same.
That's a combo
What the hell is
box. Let's try a list box and see what that does. Aha, so let me undo this. Let me delete this one. Let me move this bad boy up here. Let me go to here.
He's making it work, man. He's making it work.
Let's go to here.
Why is it such a
General. Okay, so
Okay.
let's go to here.
We okayed.
No, of course not.
Hey man, everything is a-okay.
Why would you give me the data that I need?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Data field. That's not what I want.
Look at that.
There we go.
Together. It's coming together. It's coming together.
Go here. Why do you grayed out every time I do that?
Just wants to be like that, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, nope, you can't.
Not allowed, man. Not allowed.
You can't do that after I
Can't
click
do
on
that
that.
on television. I need to see what this one looks like.
Content type table.
It's the same thing. Done good. You're done good.
All records? Yeah, let's see that. Interessante.
Keep it interessante.
Input required? Yes. This content? Well, obviously you got nothing there.
You know, it looks weird having React with the hyphen in it, but it works. But it works.
Label field. Cancel. That's not what I want. Font. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Save that. Let's go here. Yeah, so I've still got to play around with it. It's gonna take me some research, but basically, you drop down, you have your contractor, and then I'll have a text box that says name of aircraft and the base and all that stuff. You'll have all that information, and then you save that stuff. It'll save it and close out the form. And then it'll open back up to the main form. So then, then it'll go back, open this up,
Right. Okay.
and
Okay.
then, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna get to. But you see, as you guys can see, Dave already knew this, but this takes time. This doesn't.
It takes a little bit. It does take a little bit of time. This is not. There is definitely not a slow way to get through this.
Yeah, I mean, there is a slow way. I could just, I mean, this is what I'm doing. There's no fast way to get through it. Because otherwise I would have already done that.
Oh, that just sounds weird.
Yeah. That's chug-a-chug-a-lug.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Tasty.
Tasty.
Tastes like chicken. But
You talking about humans or something? What the hell?
my water. But so at that, that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm trying to get to with this thing. But it takes a lot of time. What in the world is going on outside my door? It's sounding like little pop rocks in the background. And making all this kind of noise in the background.
I don't remember.
Background.
In the background.
In the background. I can't wait to move.
Why? So you have your own personal vendetta thing with Jobby?
So I can have I do have my own space now. But I'm going to really have my own space when we move. And it's going to be bigger than this closet that I'm sitting in.
Well, you only made it a closet because you got that music box in there.
Yeah, but this room is the smallest room in the house.
Oh.
and then I put that in there. The next room is going to be one of the bigger rooms. I'm going to make sure of that.
All right.
Plus, I'm going to have a garage.
Plus, you can have a garage. That's
so
true.
some of the other stuff that's in this room doesn't necessarily have to be in the room. And I can put it in the garage.
Wait, what? Mark. What? Oh, of course you are. Well, I mean, as long as you got a garage, you can put the stuff in there, and then you'll be all right.
And depending on whether or not the washer and dryer are out in the garage, like they usually are in a house like they are in Florida, which drives me nuts, then I may put all of this out in the garage, and we'll see. I don't know. I may turn the garage into livable space. Or at least my livable space.
Your version of livable space.
Well, yeah. Basically, I put like an air conditioner out there, keep it cooler. I'd be able to hang up everything out there and have the bike out there.
Not only, yeah, perhaps
have the boots out there.
Perhaps the what you call blah, 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 blah. Dude, what did I just think? Oh, a dehumidifier.
Yeah. Yeah, basically all that kind of stuff. Put the air conditioner, dehumidifier, and all that stuff. It depends on how big the rooms are. Because I already know how big the booth is.
Right. Oh, wait, this is it. Counts, breakdown. Okay, now I got you. Dude, now I got you. What? Wait, one more thing.
Yep.
No, you don't need that. You don't need that. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
peep this, boy. I got you.
What, you got a database already, a spreadsheet already ready for me?
I completed it. It's a little bit more in depth now, and it's up to date because all this stuff is together. I told you I'd get the stuff together quick.
My only problem is nobody can update anything between now and the time that I get this thing built. Which we know is not possible.
Well, we be I.
Where is that? Damn.
We be I.
Do I have it under here?
What the hell should I keep this as? A 97.3? Yeah, 97.03. There's my stuff. Hey, OAE's popped on too. What's up, OAE?
What's going on?
He just said I did it. I doubt it. Yeah, well.
I doubt it. What?
Wait, I think Robert was just always teasing about it because it's like, dude, we just call him OAE. I mean, that's not his name, is it? Does he sign his paperwork? OAE?
Oh, he doesn't. I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't.
Fine, I'll keep it in here. It's going to be 9703, so.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay.
Because I believe that's what the last one was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think yeah, you're right. I think it was. So we're okay. Where the hell did it go? Right there. There it is. Booyah! Look at me go. 12, 18, 19. All right, this one. Oh, it's a little bit bigger. But I took out...
Yeah, it's about 200 kilos.
Well,
about 200 kilos bigger.
Got more of the pertinent sheets, like I said. And they're updated. Like I took the legend out. I took the legend out of all the ones that had a legend in it. So, you'll have to know your stuff. Not that you don't, but I'm just saying you'd have to know your stuff. I mean, obviously, the legend can be made in the database. So.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be in there. I mean,
Well, so, it's like you said, certain things don't need to be known, so it doesn't really matter.
and it's not like it's not like it's trying to hide it. It's just that it doesn't. It's just not relevant information for what we're trying to do with it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh. And see,
Yeah, you haven't done much, and neither have we. I don't think.
and see,
Trying to fly. Sorry.
yeah, this stuff. Most of this stuff isn't even gonna update anyways. Like the zones.
No, right. Zones will never change. I kind of set that in stone. Except, of course, if we branch out globally, I've got America and Europe covered. I just need to know exactly how they get covered when you get there. And since nobody's been there yet, we haven't got them covered.
Yeah. Yeah, and the technology is slowly growing.
Robert, did we ever clarify whether or not you've got 2 or 3 bases? I know you said like 2 or 3 wings, but was it 2 or 3 bases? Because I marked on that sheet, the installation sheet, I've got Lanier as one of them. But I was thinking we were going to do another one, so it might be 2.
That's right. You got the roles.
Yes.
You got to know your roles and shut your mouth.
I even managed to put down the fact is that you put down you've got that new plane, but it's unnamed because you don't have it named yet. So it's
Man, I got a
unnamed
couple of new
section.
planes, man.
I know, but the other one's got a name.
And none of these.
Oh
other-
no, wait, no. I guess no, it doesn't have, does it?
No.
Well, the unnamed covers both of them. So
Yeah, like I don't have that one named. I don't have this one named.
see, these weekly shows get you in between there. So all you got time to do is think about upgrading something.
And then I don't
Maybe you
have
got a
these
chance to build
named.
it.
And
Really,
I
I'd like to
technically
think it
don't
was
have some of
summertime.
these others named.
Besides React, no, we really didn't.
Yeah, but I've got another kind of bigger one over here.
Oh, when you haven't named it yet either.
Yeah, I haven't named it either.
Oh, I don't know if I put Roberts. I don't know if I put OAE's trolleyway in there either, actually. So even that sheet's not entirely up to date because he mounted that on the installation map that
Cause I gotta go through that.
that there is a reserve base that he's got. Plus the fact that he might have thought about leaving. No, he never mind. I'm sorry. He did say that like it's probably no point going back to Edwards, so that's not a reserve base for him. But Robert's got like 2 or 3. I just want to confirm that because I've got that on the counts.
Yep.
I've got it marked down there, but I don't have the last one in as a name. I've got a wing place down there,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if he wanted to put that at Lanier or not. And yours is going to be changing too.
It's some point, hopefully next year.
Actually, I could say the same thing. Hopefully, mine's going to be changing next year as well.
We're gonna have some major moves coming up.
We're going to have some moves, some competition for one of those awards. And that was another thing I even left off as awards because I don't think that's an entirely different thing, and the database for that could be kept as a sheet.
Yes, because that's I mean, we could.
Would it be one? Well, you wouldn't have to update it too much because it's
But
only.
I want to see something here.
Oh, what do you want to see?
I wanna
You do have 2
see-
bases. So what is the other one called? What did we decide the other one was called? I remember you and I talking about it, but I don't remember what it was. Are you looking at that sheet I just gave you?
Yeah, I am. I got it up. I mean, for those that want to see it, it's all this info right here. It's a lot of stuff.
It's
You guys-
it is a
You
complete.
guys can't even see the bottom of it, but I got all these tabs down here at the bottom. That I'll leave that up for you guys. But what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying
He's trying to ask about something.
to see if I can still add tables. How come I can't have more than one table?
You should be able to. Yeah, why can't
That's
you
what
have more
I
than one?
thought, man. That's what I thought.
Is that the one you're Robert? Is that the one you're at now, or is that the one? That's not the one that burned down. And you still, yeah, I know. I do want to kind of. You make it so complicated though because you have all those multiple like you got a trainer, a bomber, an attack plane all in one. It's like holy cow, dude. I mean, I could still work with what we've got there. Don't get me wrong. It's just I need your input also, OAE. If you want to do that, I definitely need your input because what I need you to do on that aircraft sheet, I need you to highlight what the primary role of the plane is. So I know because like if we do a universal designation where all of us have like what we're talking about, like F1
Doesn't
is the
support
first fighter,
relationships.
B1 is the first bomber. I get what you're saying, and I could do that. I just realized I ran into a roadblock because I don't know if you do have one that has those three roles. If it's a trainer, if it's an attack plane, if it's a bomber, I don't know if it's TAB, if it's ATB, if it's BTA. I mean, I need to know what its primary role is so that the first letter can go. That way it goes down in sequential numbering. Because if you consider it primarily a bomber that branched out into whatever else, it needs to be TAB, and then it'd be the B40. Whereas if it was the A, it would be a different number. That's where I ran into the roadblock. We might have talked about this like a couple years back when I was trying to initially get that kicked off. Because I do have it like again synchronized, but I don't have. I need some more of those updates. That'll make things way easier. For the rest of us, it's not so bad because most of our planes are just single-purposed. An interceptor is a fighter, so I mean, most of ours are interceptors. And even if it's like, for example, my Quill, yes, it's a trainer interceptor. It's a Hatro, but it's primarily a trainer, so it's just a T. Whereas you're the one that makes me run into the problems because you've got those swing world fighters, and it's like, holy cow, what is what? I just want to make sure.
Okay, so there's that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to do it wrong, because you have, again, like it depends on you because you have, like so many planes that you constitute as 3 different roles, 4 different roles, a multitude of roles. I mean, again, if it's truly a multi-role plane, that's okay, and I'll have to come up with a brand new prefix entirely for it. I can do that. That's fine. But I mean, like, again, I don't want to do a fighter, trainer, bomber, and then have the prefix TFB, and then like, okay, wait a minute, that messes up the number afterwards. A B-58 there was a training B-58, but it was still considered a TB-58. Now that's the Air Force's way to do it. But I mean, if it was the BT, it would have been something different because the training number was different in line. That's the same way I got to do it.
Why is this doing this way? I don't want it to do it this way.
And we do not mix experimentals in with that. Ah, yes, it's a fighter, but what type of fighter is it? Is it a control? Is it a patrol? In our terminology, is it patrol? Is it control? Or is it a dogfighter? Control and patrol are both basically the same thing. It's just control's a lot longer range. And again, no, there's really no need for them. It's just a way to jack up our numbers. It's a way to make you design more planes. Actually, that's really what it is. I'm trying to keep everybody's creative juices flowing, so the more roles you have, the more planes you'll come up with. Oh, hey, you don't have to worry about that. I mean, none of us really have to worry about that, but it's basically runs down to like how you get them to fly. Well, I mean, I'd like to do that because I think keep it sparse would be cool. Just because, I mean, all the numbers are cool. Obviously, whoever has, and I probably do, the F-15. I mean, the real numbers sound really cool. But seriously, we ran out of that boat a long time ago. We retired those. And assuming we'll never go back around, does the F-300, the F-332 sound cool? I mean, that's up to you. Just make sure, like, I mean, no, I get it because obviously, like, if it's the Vulcan family, obviously, if it's like, okay, say the Vulcan family turned out to be the F-32, if the Meta Vulcan is part of the family, it's just F32G. I get that, but I still need confirmation from you then to make sure that that's how you want to play it. If the Meta Vulcan and the Ultra Vulcan, all the ones that are under that family, I mean, I think I did that when I did the initial attempt at that sheet. So, I mean, we could definitely do it that way. As long as it's part of the same family, it's just another letter in our universal IVPAC designation. That's fine. But I mean, in other cases, when you do have multiples, if it turns out that like, I wouldn't know how to treat it if the Vulcan itself, just the straight Vulcan, and this is hypothetical, but if the Vulcan was just a fighter, and you built a Meta Vulcan as a bomber, you see where that runs into a problem in the universal designation, because I can't say if the Vulcan is the F-32, but the bomber version comes out, and it's strictly a bomber, even though it's part of the Vulcan family. How do we universally designate that? Because it's not a B-32. The 32 is taken up by something else. And it's not a fighter, so it can no longer be the F-32. See what I'm saying? So it gets a little wicked when you do that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I know how I treat mine. Obviously, like, I've got Pylum. Pylum's the enlarged version of Javelin, but I simply call it the bomber. So it gets a new bomber designation.
Oh, yeah. So I was able to update that one file. So this...
It's a dogfighter? Okay. See,
this is what I created.
I need to get you to write yours down in a spreadsheet so I can have all this stuff and then input it into our sheets. Especially because I got to put it in your bases.
Yep.
Oh, those buttons are cool. How did you do that?
Well, that's what I did a minute ago, earlier.
I know, sorry. I was looking at the other sheets when I was like...
But so I did that earlier. And then you sent me the new spreadsheet, and I was like, dang it, I'm gonna have to start all the way over. But I figured it out.
You kind of did. I'm sorry, but yeah.
I figured it out, though. I didn't have to start over, because now I have this. So I was able to update the spreadsheet that was there. I just had to name it the same thing and put it in the same location. Well, not technically, but I just had to go find the new file.
Okay, that's cool.
Because it still only lets me... See, if I go into connection type, then I go to spreadsheet, browse for it. You could test the connection. But it basically will go find the updated file. But because I named it the same exact thing, it was looking in the same exact place for the same exact name for the Excel sheet. When I opened the new database, it opened with the updated sheet.
Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
It knew.
Yeah, because it knew what I was. It was looking for that spreadsheet name, and I just replaced it with the new one.
Yeah,
so
that's cool.
I didn't have to actually technically go find it. But I could have. But what I'm trying to do is still see if I can actually add another table. But it doesn't look like I can. Which is fine. I mean, I can just have one massive table. I just rather not. So
yeah, no, I got you. Okay, and I just designated all with F or whatever.
And then
give the trainers prefixes, so it'd be like AT something. So they'd still be in the trainer line, the T line. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. And the other thing I'm going to do is once the database is created, I'm going to put it on the server. I'm going to have my computer set up, put it on the server, and then put it as the... I'll give you guys an IP address and a port number to put in, and it'll direct you to the database. You
going to do it like tunneling, like with like Logman or something, or just like leave the server just exclusive to us?
I think I might give you guys VPN.
Okay. That'd be a better way to go. It's a hell of a way to secure.
Mostly because I ain't trying to give everybody my IP address.
No, obviously not, right? Yeah.
But I know I can get yours. I know how to do it.
Well, that's really easy.
Yes, but
Don't be acting all sly and shit. I could do that right now too. I mean that ain't nothing.
yeah. But what can you do with that? Once
Well,
you have
actually,
that,
I don't have the program on this thing, but if I had the right stuff, I can't access it at work either. But I do have a friend that actually, if I could do that, I could probably alter your IP address from here.
oh yeah. We do that all the time. We do that all the time.
Right. No. Okay. I got you, OA. Yeah, that'd work. So, like I said, as long as I know exactly what families they belong to and stuff, we could go that way. Robert, definitely. You got to get me a list of yours and then tell me the roles that they fill. I mean, like I've seen the pictures of a couple of them, so I know. But like, we need to get you locked down so you can be part of that too, so I can get you on the sheets. Because again, Mark over there is going to have a lot of updating to do. Actually, no, not really. It won't be a lot of updating, but it's not like I got to add all 400 OAE planes to it.
Right, and what you could do is once you get all the information and on the spreadsheets that you need them on, just copy that information onto the database spreadsheet and send me the updated file.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then all I got to do is just add it in. And it should, in theory, add him in instantly. And then all the other forms and all that stuff shouldn't break. It shouldn't break the database. Because I'll just keep the file name the same.
Right, it should update because the sheet itself updated.
Right.
And the links stay active, so it should know. Right. That's the whole point of having the JRE.
Yeah, because nothing else would change, like the actual titles of the columns, and none of that stuff changes.
Right.
You're just adding data to the spreadsheet, so then in theory, it just adds him to everything else. So it should be a fairly simple process. Once I figure out how to get all this information the way I want it to get, and then create it all nice and pretty.
Nice and pretty.
Query. Okay, so no, it's not what I want. I want
TF84B2
is that what I want? No,
for
I
the
don't.
26 variant. Your dash 26 is the number that you give it. See, your designators give it a little bit of confusion because you go by the names, but you also go by your dash variants as well. So it's like it's not that confusing. Not to us that have been in there. It's just like when you have that there, it's like we know that like you call it the Ultra Vulcan. If it's got a dash 26, it's like obviously your designator by numbers too. Just when you say that, when you type it out, it's one thing, but when you say it, how do you say it? Do you literally just say TF84B2? You know, is it B block 2? Is it B-2? I mean, it's already TF80. You don't even have to say the dash between TF and 84, but the B2. I mean, I guess it's kind of moot. You just run it together. Never mind. I'm not even saying that. Sorry. We got to do a flight video, but we got to actually get out. We talking about like I said, this weather's not being cooperative. I think I've got a few videos I still need to upload. So we got to get him out there to compete with you, but like we'll be asking OAE if he gets a flight video out there. Mr. Weather flying through the fire would be cool. Oh, so you use your designator all the time. Oh, okay.
So let's do.
You're making us look like idiots. Maybe we should be the ones using our designators and not names. But we don't export so much. Sorry, ever since I kind of turned it into an Air Force thing, mine's been more secretive, and I apologize for that. It shouldn't really be like, like you can't see how to build this, blah blah blah. I'd like people to be able to fly my stuff, because, like, I know most of us don't have too many. Robert, you've only got like 6 or 7 right now, right? I mean, individuals, different designs.
No, it's a macro, but I don't want to.
Because Mark's got a few now because he's got like 3 brand new ones he hasn't even used yet.
Yeah.
But see, he hasn't used them, so it's a little bit different. I'll rework on the designation sheet. I'll come up with something. I'll send you a message through the message boards or something like that, or do you ever look at your YouTube page anymore, OAE? Because I know you don't post anything on there, so that's like the only way to get through. Like, well, I mean, we could email, I suppose. Sorry. Yeah, I suppose we could do that. Robert, I'll send you a message like, well, you gave me the email too. But yeah, we could do that. See, if we do the meetup, we'll definitely be able to talk this out a little bit better as well. But adding designators for him will be easy since it's like just a few planes. I mean, some of these ones, I don't think, truth be told, that sheet doesn't have I don't think it has a single SMA bird on it. Mostly because we don't name them. We should probably just... Mark, what do you think if we just designate them for now? Is that cool with you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like OAE's talking about, he doesn't name them unless they're for export. He has his own, like, OAE designation, like F-33, when it's a plane that he keeps. So do you want to, like, for our sake, do you want to do that with our SMA birds, the ones we haven't named, just so we could have a name for them besides 1PA, 1PB?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Well, you're talking about the ones we don't have named?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the ones we have named, we knew the names, they fly good enough that they deserve the name, but the other ones, yeah, it's like, eh.
I mean, I suppose
I suppose we could just keep most of them experimental. In that case, it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah. I mean, because I don't know how we're ever planning on using those.
You said, hey, wait, that's not fair. You said that, you even mentioned it. We talked about this. The drones are kind of like, we didn't really want to kind of like, that's a separate issue. Then I want to put all of those on there. 53, my God. Okay, well, I need a list of those 53. Give me what you've got. I mean, like, are those all current, or like you're talking about all time? I mean, if it's all time, that's really cool. I'm glad you have that. Even if it's current, I'm glad you have that. But I'm just saying, like, you only need about like 17 or however many the roll sheet is, and you're covered. After that, you want to put some in the reserves. This is why I need you to, because like, I got to get with you and I'll ask you about this stuff. So, but 53 all time. Yeah, give me the names. Give me the first day they rolled out. Give me the first day they flew, and then we'll slot them into the aircraft sheet. Oh my God, that's going to be a little bit more work on that aircraft sheet. OAE, we might have to come up with a whole different sheet on drones. And if we do, you're going to run it because you're the only one that has them. I can't even fathom what I would do with a drone. Like, dude, drone aircraft? I mean, seriously? Basically, that's kind of what the dead roll is, and besides that, I don't have anything. Nor do I have any intention of making any. Oh, no, that makes sense. You're just going to borrow one from the USAF, and I get it. That's fine. But I don't, man, dude, I don't want to expand the sheet that much for just drone aircraft. Holy cow. Are your drones like all new designs each one, or is that just like a sub-variant of each of the others in drone form? I'd much rather consider it that way, because if that's the case, then there really is... I try not to think about that. That kind of scares me. I hope we could share sheet. I need to put the sheets up on the Facebook page. That way Robert can see them too. Well, Robert, can you see all of... Some are retired. That's good. That's good. They need to be. I mean, I like history. That's all I'm saying. I like history. I like having some planes that are retired, Especially if you still have them. It's really cool. Do you have access to the sheets? Like these sheets that we're showing up here that we're talking about that we're putting in the database? Because if you're not, I think I thought I gave you access, but I'm not sure. But I need a sheet. I'll put them in there, but I just need a sheet to like run down so I see like names, dates, stuff like that, so I know what to put them in there. And of course, the primary role. Lots of people have fighters, but do you have attackers? Jesus Christ, both of them have drones? Okay, you guys need to have a drone. Man, dude, drones, okay, I suppose we could work on some drones. I still want to keep them separate from the aircraft sheet. Just because, like you call them, they're drones, so. And I think you and, well, I'm not sure, but I think you and I have a different idea of what the drones do. I mean, I don't actually really call them drones. I call them targets. And we used to do this, me and Copeland Industries back in the day, and to some extent Edwards and Farrow as well. When we got together and flew, we would use mostly mine because I had the most, but any plane that was going into the boneyard, I would color bright yellow. Like the anhedrals would be colored over yellow, and some of the wings, some of the fuselage, and we would try to shoot them down. I mean, obviously that's pretty much what a drone is. We just call them targets. And while I do have drones, I don't have any special designs. Those are old retired birds that either A, were not specific and were experimentals that failed, or older birds like a phase, for example, that didn't fly as good and ended up in the water and didn't need to be retired to the palace, so it got retired to the boneyard. So we'll practice shooting them down first. I have a few of those, but those are basically, see, those don't follow any different number schemes because I just had them in there. It was a phase 3, it got retired, and now it's, so it's just basically part of the line. I don't do anything different for them. So I mean, your drones, if you use them the same way, it's one thing. But I mean, if you see them differently, so well, then we wouldn't have too much to worry about. I mean, unless you want, like I said, you want to include them, they make a sheet, but Robert is trying to make his entire fleet like rubber band hitch launched. We need to try to catch up with that too. God! Spend the winter creating a whole bunch of different aircraft. I'm going to have to retire a whole bunch of different aircraft just to create a bunch of different aircraft. You got to understand how many of these I've got around. I got to work on my designs. Then they have other designs, and they have new ideas. I don't know if Mark's got any ideas floating around in his head. Because he's got the 3 or 4 he was talking about. But if you were to use any of the ideas we've came up with, or like even you guys came up with, and just like, ooh, I could do that. Ooh, I could do that. Well, then we're talking about a world of hurt. So again, yeah, you guys don't use drones like I use drones, right?
Right.
So you use them as targets. See, and I didn't want to. I mean, I think I might have. I never called him. I never gave him a Q designator. I just considered it. Like I said, it was an old phase. I knew it was old because we highlighted them in yellow. And a bulk majority of the plane was highlighted in yellow. Every now and then we'd use, Robert, you'd like this. We used to tape them with yellow. Like if we had yellow tape on hand. Because for some odd reason, back in the day, one of us, I think it was Ryan. Ryan had a whole bunch of yellow tape on hand. Like packing tape. And we used it. Or gray, because we had duct tape. You don't ever, Mark, do you ever want to use like any of the ideas they've got on yours that they have? Like Robert or OAE?
Say what?
Well, I mean, they've got a bunch of planes, and obviously the taper is a pretty good idea, but I mean, like any of the designs, like when we built OAE's Cobra that one time on the show about a month back, you ever thought about using any of his ideas on your birds? Or an idea for making a plane with that kind of thing on it?
I can't say that it's crossed my mind.
You suck.
Not that I don't want to, but I can't. It hasn't crossed my mind.
Oh. I know. When you have your own to work on, it's kind of, yeah. We're aircraft producers, people. You know, we got our own topic. Although, as we all said, though, it is really cool if somebody else builds your plane to see what they could do with it.
Okay,
I
now
don't know.
I'm trying to find
Mark
his
has
macro.
Mark's Raptor.
You talking about macro?
What has happened to that thing? It's just fallen in like the rest of them, right? You just need to get out there and fly it.
What?
He was asking about your Raptor.
Who? It's back there somewhere. It's collecting dust right now.
That's better than actually getting wrinkled. He just
He
hadn't had a chance to fly it, I suppose, right?
I see one of them. I don't know where the other one is, but I see one of them.
You still only got two?
Yeah.
This boy needs help.
Did you see what I'm doing over here? Who's got time to build when you got a database to build?
That just happened today. Come on now.
No, it was. Don't save. I've been trying to build this thing for 15 years.
Okay, yeah, I get it. And all right, so some of us might be slacking.
Why won't it?
I apologize. Most of mine usually I'm more fascinated in the flights. I mean, there's a reason for that though, because like I said, I've got so many ideas. I'm used to building my own. And I mean, while I like your guys' ideas and obviously have used them and I can put this tech on. Usually the tech is on one of my birds. So it's just additional tech. It's basically just working that though. So like I said, I like seeing the things fly through the air. So I watch a lot of those videos. Every now and then I watch the tutorials. When you ask me to, if you've asked me about one, like usually I have, because I have seen quite a few of yours. Have I built them? I just throw the tech on my birds. I don't usually build one of yours straight up. I mean, I know it's out there for that purpose, but again, it's kind of the way I've been through IVPAC. When I started it and then us getting this far, it's just been, my way has been, we've been so secretive about it. And I know that's not the way things are nowadays. I mean, we're beyond that. Will there ever be another paper airplane war? I don't know. I mean, it's like saying, will there ever be another world war? I mean, like, you hope not, because most people now are interested in like, hey, let's have a trade. Hey, let's be economically feasible with each other, and so on and so forth. So, and stuff like being secretive is kind of like, why? Who cares?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to be secretive anyways.
It really is. I mean,
Nowadays.
especially because, like I said, I've got a book planned, and that's going to get it out there for everybody. So there's no room for that, and even still, it's like, why would you be secret? I mean, like, you could turn out seeing, like, the bull is a primary example. Every one of you guys have made the bull when you were a kid, because that's when I made it. I was a kid. It was like one of the first planes you made. I'm not talking about the flying bus, but damn close. Because everybody's made the flying bus, everybody's made the little snub-nosed stunt plane, and everybody's made the standard bird. Although people's idea of what the standard plane is a little bit different. But seriously, you've all made a variation of it. It's like a paper airplane icon. It's just when you're little, you think it's like the bee's knees. It's the best thing you made, So, like, I mean, when I put, like, when Mark, when OAE, when Robert, when I put out, when KIA, when Pharaoh, anybody puts out their tutorials about making a plane, and it's like, oh, I've made that before. But it's new to them. That's all that matters, And in some cases, like phases, for example, really nothing that special. Other than the fact they fly forever. Maybe it's something you didn't think of. Maybe it's something you did. But they work for me. So, that's what's key. I mean, dude, if there's a video on there, I try to keep up with it. Robert showed me the way to a few of those. I think you did too, actually. But Robert, we first hooked up and stuff like that, he was pointing out a lot of the videos that were out there, seeing different flights and everything. And like I said, I wanted IVPAC on YouTube to be a place where, like, if you go, you can find anything paper airplane. I try to search out anything I can and post it up there, and I hope you guys are able to do that too. But like, if there's a way to link to a aircraft video that could get it, like I said, that we can link to on the site, that could get us all in the same. I would like to be that hub for everybody. So. Losing the contest? See, that's great. Yeah, I know, right? It spurs you to do something better. I hated the boys that brought up the Nakamura lock, dude. Seriously, those guys, man. Although I have to admit, the one of the contests I was in, we did it in. I can't remember when. I think it was in '92. It was school year '92, so it might have been fall '91.
Yeah.
But I do remember the one that I entered there. Like, that was cool because I came up against two people with Nakamura locks. I beat them, but I also designed planes or kind of designed. I built planes for 3 other people, and they beat me. I came in like 6th or 7th out of a class of 30, and three of the people I built them for were better than mine. 2 of them were female, so you have to forgive me, but that's why. One was a dude. His shouldn't have turned it out better, but it did. I know, right? See? Getting past it's no big deal. I hated those. Like I said, I hated those guys. I know, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah. You get past them.
That's not what I want.
And see, Mark, this is why you've got a chance.
What you talking about?
Well, it's like Robert said, like, most planes that get the most likes and views are the simple planes. Because everybody wants to see how far you could take the simple planes. I mean, stuff like Y-13 creates, those are really, okay, I admit, that stuff is mesmerizing because you have to just, like, watch and you'd be like, damn. But, it's also like, you look at it as like, shit, I ain't ever going to build that. I mean, for real, dude. Some of it, not all of it, but some of it. Listen, he and I have gotten to talking, so we would just like to say, we were also talking about, like, I'd like to come up with something together, that'd be cool. He's down for some collaboration. Mark, you've seen his videos, right? We ran through one a couple months back. Like, he was just talking about, like, this is a test of the wing sweep mechanism, or the mechanisms in general on one of the planes that he built. Like, holy crap, man. But, I mean, some of that stuff is I've explored myself, so. And I told him about it, just like I told you guys about a couple of them. So, I still think that movable engine would be really cool. You ever talked to Nakamura before? I got a chance to send him I believe I got a chance to send him a snail mail. This was back when I was a kid. Because there was actually, honest to goodness, printed paper airplane magazine back in the day called Flypaper. I don't know if any of you guys knew this, remember this, seen this. It really was kind of like a hole in the wall thing. I've still got, like, Pharaoh's got like 3 or 4 of the issues. It was a quarterly, and it looked like it was made on printer paper, seriously. But it was a really cool little magazine. It, like, seriously, you could get like an annual subscription for $12. But, like, Nakamura made stuff in that, and then, like, I just emailed and like sent a chat with him, and I remember getting his email back, and, like, it was the most broken ass English I'd ever seen, because this was before Google Translate. But it was really cool stuff, being able to talk with a dude. I don't know, is he still alive? I don't even know if he was alive then. It might have been his son I was talking with or something like that, actually, because this was 88. I think it was 88.
Yeah, it's a good year.
I don't have any more planes that old. I wouldn't imagine. I asked him that too. I wouldn't imagine his stuff would really fly that good. because it's got so much crap on it. But it looks really cool just sitting there being a model. You know, he's the one like. Wasn't that the one that happened when y'all went down with Hangar 13? Wasn't that a big deal? I mean, both of you guys, right? Wasn't that with Hangar 13? Because like you had to be invited to that or something. I don't know the. I don't remember all the details. I think both of you all have talked about this, but like I don't know. You made an enemy. Are you saying you're going to bring us to war with him? I don't know if I want to get into war with anybody. Like I said, we're all about trading stuff off. And Mark's not ready for a war.
Ain't never. Ain't never.
He's got. If he still had his 300 Thunderbolts, he might be. But right now, he's kind of like in the pits.
Yeah, I got about 4.
Dude, I have.
probably
4.
have about 10.
I have.
And the good thing is, I got some big ones over here too. I know I've been quiet, but I'm kind of doing some research over on the side, trying to get.
No,
this, trying to get this.
he's
thing
working
going.
our database. We're keeping the public entertained. It's okay. Yeah, I know. Like my interceptors, I still have 4 in a box. Well, they're actually not in the box, but they're on a bookshelf right there by my door, in case there's a strike. They're always on, ready alert. Yeah, I do that for real. Why? I don't know. Just because it's fun. Doesn't mean as much right now. It might mean as much in the future, but doesn't mean as much right now. Always keep the interceptors hot and ready to go. Always. It's all a matter of creative differences. I bet, like certain Nakamura planes would be better, and it all depends on the folder too. Like I'm willing to bet a bunch of your planes are better than his. OAE and Robert, I'm talking to both of you when it comes to something like that. I bet, like he said, it's Y13 is all about the mechanics, which is, I mean, again, in its own world, it's really cool. It is really cool. Does it translate out to a flying example? No, not so much. I'm sure all of us could have planes that fly rings around that damn thing. Yeah, or any of the ones that he puts up, but it depends on how he puts them up, I mean, this isn't to say he's not good at what he does. This is just to say that I'm pretty sure we've got birds that are better than that. And it also depends. I mean, like you run across, like I think what John Collins did, is it's great. Okay, he's got the record. That's cool. Um, I I know Guinness sets the tone for the records, so that you have to get it indoors. I'm sure there's a reason why. Most of it to be the outdoor intangibles. But I would never consider that because I don't build. I mean, dude, seriously, how often do we have an opportunity to go inside like a baseball field and throw planes? It just doesn't happen here. So I mean, it's like, well, I could beat yours, but yeah, you could beat yours because you could rent out a stadium. And I mean, again, I credit him with the design. It's great. I ain't trying to downplay what he does, especially for the world of paper airplanes. But dude, man, he got a quarterback to throw his plane. I mean, he didn't even do it. For real? What kind of messed up stuff is that?
Because they got the best technique.
They do. They do. I mean, it makes me wonder what my planes could do if I give it to somebody who's... But I can throw pretty good. So I was like, javelin... Throwing javelin is a fine art. I mean, unless I got somebody that can throw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and even then, javelin requires more of a body throw. And usually for the ones that need a higher altitude, they require a body throw. So you almost can't get a baseball pitcher to do it because it takes a little bit more mechanics.
Yeah, it's not all wrist.
No, it's not all wrist and shoulder and elbow. It's more body,
Yeah.
Like a thing, like your interceptor, you got to put some body into it.
Yeah.
It's not just an arm throw. But almost every one of the other planes is just an arm throw.
Yeah.
Except for like the lightest ones. That might just require.
Yeah. I mean, granted, pitchers torque at the waist now.
Yeah.
Not like they didn't used to.
But I mean, to throw something straight up versus to hurl a fastball horizontally, totally different. You probably couldn't even ask one, and you probably wouldn't even do it because it would throw his body off.
Yeah. I mean, he could throw it straight.
Right, he could throw it straight. Yeah, I mean, again, like a javelin. Here, just take this plane and throw it like you do a baseball, straight across the field. I just want to see how far you can get it to go. Kick it with a little bit nose up so it'll go further. Because I mean, you throw it hard enough and you throw it straight enough, it's probably just going to go 20 yards in front of you nosedive.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, you just can't prove that every flight's going to be golden like that.
Yeah, and that's the question. Like, how many flights do they get when they're doing the world records? How many times do they get to throw it before it actually they say, "Hey, no, you can't." Yeah, you're done.
Well, I think I don't know if like because you got to allot those guys times, so I think it's pretty much a matter of like, well, how long are we here for? We're here for about like an hour and 15 minutes. You have that amount of time to get as many flights as to get the record because I mean you're trying to set it, so it really doesn't matter. It's like you have one throw to do it, and you can't do it. I don't think they do that.
Right.
I mean, because they know what they're there for. So as long as they're there for it, it's like, hey man, we're here for 2 hours. You can get it up that long in the amount of 2 hours, we'll get you. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, again, and this is why we have trainers. This is exactly why we have trainers for that reason because you just can't have. If I had a new plane and told you like, okay, Mark, you would know. If I said like throw this thing like you throw a javelin, you'd know what to do with it.
Yeah. But most people wouldn't.
But most people wouldn't. So it's like you give them a trainer because it's a lower tier bird. You don't want your best javelin out there, your best thunderbolt, your best interceptor out there. You don't want your best one out there and to have like some 5-year-old grab it and just grab it by the wing and fling it.
You
He has no idea. Yeah, well, but that's the point.
Because that's
like,
what happens.
So you have like the next tier down, which is what I consider Quill, is like, here, throw this one. This way if you screw up, you don't know, but I'll show you how. You get the feel for it, then you could take the javelin on its max flight.
Yeah.
The rubber band might always beat the arm. I don't know. I'd give it a 85-15. I'm sure there are some cases where the arms got more finesse. I mean, because you can't
75-35.
Oh, 110%. Oh, okay, I like it.
Always got to give more.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking like, dude, for real, I think the rubber band launching like, I mean, some of OAE's planes, I mean, unless they're taped up really good, even some of the complex stuff that he's got, unless they're solid. Robert, with yours, I get it. I mean, seriously, yours are tapered. It really doesn't matter. With all the tape on there, they're going to hit everything. But, I mean, like my Goblin, I don't think I'll ever rubber band launch a Goblin because it's really not going to, what's it going to do? It's a stunter. You throw a stunter that hard, it's going to, like, loop in front of your face and hit the ground. I mean, I literally think that's all that's going to happen. So what's the point? But, I mean, for any long-range planes, oh, definitely. Yeah, rubber bands are definitely the way to go.
You going to give me the information any time of day there? There we go.
Holy cow, you just downloaded a manual, didn't you?
I just viewed it.
Oh my god, it really is a manual though. Holy crow.
350 pages.
Good luck with that.
No, that's what this is for. Actually, I need
Hey,
this.
hey, speaking of going a little bit off topic, you gonna win or what?
What are you talking about?
Aren't you in the championship game?
That I is. I'm trying to work out something. Since you can't trade anymore.
Yeah, no trading in the postseason, brother. There's a reason for that. Some people set the deadline before the season even ends. My guy, like, dude, I'm in the championship game for real. I was like, me and the other two guys, the other two Daves, as it were. There were three of us Daves. We all went 5-0, and then two of us started losing. And even I said, like, dude, I don't care about losing in the regular season. I just don't want to lose in the postseason. Well, I haven't lost in the postseason yet. As a matter of fact, last week I posted the highest score out of any of us through the whole season so far.
Yeah.
And that made the other Dave that I'm in championship game with a little nervous. He's 12-1. Dude, I don't know what he's got. Lamar Jackson and people. He's like kicking.
Yeah,
but
that's the problem.
But two of his problems is two of his people are now injured.
Yep.
for this week, and I think that's why, because he's already working out a contract with me, because there's a pretty big pot of money involved, and he's like, so you want to split this like regular, almost like half and half, and like I said, like sure, why not? We're basically fighting for $50 because the rest of it's agreed upon. And I was asking him that. It's like, dude, you're 12-1. You're not so sure about your team anymore. He's
But
like,
see, I don't
no,
see
not
how
really.
this would be. I don't see how this would be fair if I win this week. Honestly,
Why?
because we've only played once and he beat me. So technically, there should be a week after that if I win.
You're talking semantics, man. This is the end of the season. You've already beat all the other teams too. That's how you got to where you are. I mean, you can't say,
but I'm only 9-5, man. He's 11-3.
Well, but dude, how do you think the 16-0 Patriots felt when the 10-6 Giants beat them?
I ain't gonna lie, that was a sweet day.
It was a sweet day, and exactly that's what he's going to be thinking, or you're going to be thinking if you win, and that's what I mean. It's like it comes down to that.
I mean,
you don't get a series.
I've got a killer lineup this week too, man.
You don't get a series. It's just got to happen. I mean, you got there, so now you got to do what you can. That's it. I mean, yes, it does mean a little bit less in fantasy for that reason because you kind of have no control of the play. But I mean, you made it there, so you got to support it however you can. You know, I mean, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
That was like my game. Seriously, I beat my opponent before. Like I had Drew Brees as a quarterback. I had won by a lot before Drew Brees even played because I had to play Monday night. I won Sunday night. I was like, dude, I'm already 60 points ahead of him, and Drew Brees hasn't even played yet.
Yeah.
So it was like, well, this is a good game.
Yeah, I lost my other league bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You were
that's
doing
what happens.
good for a while.
I was doing good for a while in my other league, and then all of a sudden, everybody started getting hurt. I had nobody. You know, Ingram. I left Ingram on on my roster, and he was out last week or this past week because I didn't get a chance to swap him out.
Was it this last week or was it the pre? Well, wait, who are you talking about?
Ingram from the Giants.
Market. Oh.
Evan Ingram.
Evan Ingram. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
Yeah, the tight end. So I lost.
Mark Ingram.
No. I lost because I didn't have a tight end.
Ouch.
Literally we were. I still got.
Sorry, boys. We're talking a little fantasy football.
Oh, I still got one more week. We still got one more week. This must be like a consolation. Like I'm 5-8, man. This is like brutal.
Yeah, it's got to be the consolation prize. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like 7-6.
Yeah, like
but I got in there because, like I said, besides Mr. 12-1 who ran away with it, everybody else was like I think there was 1-8-5, and the rest of us were at 7-6.
Yeah, like.
And I was like, I knew I got a strong team. I wasn't worried about it. Some of my guys were just out at the wrong time, and a couple other guys were just not performing. Like Julio Jones. I've got Julio Jones. Don't ask what Atlanta's been going through that he hasn't been playing. But last week he played, and that's all that mattered.
Yeah, he did good. Oh, man, this is brutal. I've got a decent lineup. I'm just afraid, like, I don't know who to start, man.
What's your lineup?
I don't know whether to start Fuller over Robinson or Galladay.
Allen Robinson?
Yeah.
Who's he with? I forget.
Chicago, but they're playing Kansas City.
Where?
In Chicago.
What's the weather going to be like? Is it going to be windy? Like it usually is in Chicago?
I think so.
Windy and cold? Then they probably ain't going to use the passing game too much.
Right.
And especially against, well, Kansas City's secondary
Galladay
isn't that
plays
good.
He plays for Detroit, and they're playing against Denver in Denver. And he's been phenomenal. But I've got Parker, who plays for Miami, who's been on a roll as of late. And they're playing Cincinnati in Miami.
Oh, I would definitely go with that one.
Yeah, and the weather's. I mean, it's going to be rainy, but I mean, it might be.
Yeah, but they're playing Cincinnati.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll still be able to play. Yeah.
Denver's defense has been coming on a little bit better, especially the secondary.
Yeah.
Even in Mile High, I would still say that's probably a little bit more sketchy. Plus, you got a little bit sketchier quarterback position. Although Galladay is
But
obviously Detroit's
Houston
number one
is
receiver.
playing Tampa Bay, which is why I threw Fuller in there. And I'm debating on
their
whether or not to
secondary's
play.
porous.
I'm debating on whether or not to play Deshaun Watson or Jameis Winston.
You got to go with Winston, dude. You have got to go with Winston.
That's what
You'd
I'm
be a
thinking.
fool not to. Dude, the dude I just beat had Jameis Winston on his team, and he's gotten like, what has he got? 48, 54, and 47 the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, dude is on fire. You cannot not play him.
Yeah.
He's got. I mean, even with the numbers that he's put up because his interceptions.
Yeah.
Suck,
I think
John
that's
Campbell
what's going to
Bay,
make
you
it.
can't
That's what's
not
going to
play
tip
him.
me over if I play Winston.
It would have to be one of those stupid games, which of course it could be because you never know.
I mean, that's
But it's
the
just
thing.
right
like,
now.
I
You
never
you
know.
Well, I mean, but nobody knows. You just got to
Yeah,
go with the
but-
hot hand.
It's so frustrating. I want Lamar Jackson.
Everybody wants Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Terrell. I almost got him from Terrell, man. I almost got him.
I could have had
I
Lamar
was trying to
Jackson
trade
if-
4 people for Lamar Jackson at like week 3, and he
that's a
almost
fool, stupid thing.
bid on it. I was trying to trade Henry. I was trying to trade Olsen. I was trading.
You're gonna trade all your tight ends for that guy?
Well, no, Henry was a running back because I already had.
not Hunter Henry.
Yeah, no. I was gonna
Okay.
trade. I don't know if I had the receivers, but I was trading 2 receivers. No, I was trading a quarterback, a receiver, a tight end, and a running back for his quarterback.
Probably worth it.
And it was like I was like, come on, like you got to do this trade.
If Hetzel, the dude that I'm facing has got him right. If he is. Here's what makes everybody kind of mad. He is the only one who didn't show up at the draft, so the computer aided his draft. So all that stuff is like basically from him letting the computer pick his team. So it's really kind of aggravating that he went 12-1 when the computer picked his team. And that's the reason why he got Lamar, because Lamar was like the number one through Yahoo anyway.
Yes.
Lamar was the number one quarterback, so he picked him up in like the 4th round. None of us picked up a quarterback till the 6th round.
Right.
But
That's the same
because
thing.
He did the computer picking. He picked up a quarterback in the 4th round, and he got Lamar. And everybody was like, "Damn it!" Because I'm pretty sure I would have had him because I had a high pick. Oh, I know I would have had him because I planned on picking a quarterback in the 6th, and I was pick number 3 at that time, and nobody picked a quarterback before me. I would have had him. That's what made me aggravated the most. I was like, I would have had his ass if he had a computer.
Yeah,
pick.
but everybody was all the stat what do you call them, the analysts or whatever, they were projecting him to go in like the 2nd or 3rd round.
It's true, but I knew I wanted him. I mean, I had him
thought
marked
about
everything.
grabbing
I
him.
knew
I
I
really
wanted
thought about grabbing him like 3rd round, man. But I don't like wasting a 3rd round, a top, 3 draft pick on a quarterback. Granted, I mean, this year it would have been worth it, but all the other years it's never worth it.
No, you never do that, dude. You don't get a quarterback till 5 or 6.
Right, that's what I'm saying, because you need to pick up your receivers, your tight ends, and your running backs.
Oh hell yeah!
You know what I'm saying? But
Usually it's a
he was
PPR
worth
league,
it.
in which case you need to. Well, yeah. But
this year, obviously, it's a fluke because this is the one year a quarterback's actually lived up to the hype.
right.
Of
course.
Although when Cam came in as a rookie, he did all right. He wasn't great, but
Well, all of them that scramble have had a good, again, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson.
yeah, Dak
Any of the
had a great
scramblers.
rookie year.
Yeah, any of them that scramble, and that's the thing. That's why you always got to have a scrambler and a pocket passer.
But that's the thing, is because they always seem to do well their first year, those scramblers, because nobody knows how they're going to play.
And then they get the sophomore slump because everybody reads them.
Right. They've already seen them a year. They go out and they analyze and they prepare and they say, oh, well, this is how you're going to get to him. And then they wreck them the second and third year, and then by that point they're like, okay, now I'm gonna become a pocket passer and a scrambler, and then they figure out their game.
Oh, I don't know, man, because like he's put up, isn't his yardage good enough to be like 8th on the rushing list this year too?
Who, Lamar? Yeah, he's
I mean, that's crazy numbers. Even Mike Vick was pressed on that one. And Vick hung around a little bit while longer.
Hey Siri, Lamar Jackson rushing yards.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson has 1,103 rushing yards this regular season in the NFL.
Where does that rank him? Because he's got to be up there. I know the top running back doesn't have but like 1,400 yards right now. Hell, I can't remember who the top running back is. Who's the top running back?
Hey Siri, who's the top running back?
It's not Frank Gore.
Okay, I found this on the web for who is the top running back. Check it out.
Okay, you don't want to give me that. Yeah, let's see. I'm pulling it up. Let's see here.
Sorry, guys, we're talking fantasy football.
Chubb?
Could be Chubb.
Chubb. Yep.
Okay, that sounds about right.
1,400 yards. 1,408.
See, that's what I said, about 14. Yeah. So I mean, 1,100 ain't far off the top of the list.
Yeah, because Zeke has got 1,188.
Zeke could have had it more if he had stayed out.
He made me mad this year. McCaffrey made me mad this year. As a Panthers fan, he made me mad. 1,307. Freaking dude lit up this year. I mean, he was garbage. You see, Barkley let me down because he got hurt. He's only at 722. He was the number one running back in the draft.
Basically, all the running backs from last year were supposed to be good this year, and they all sucked this year. David Johnson's the same way.
David Johnson. I mean, he hurt me.
That's why, dude, my 2 running backs are actually like everybody has tried to trade me for both of mine, and I have not given up either one because they have gotten better. And because mine 2 come from teams that were running back by committees, and they have gained the first spot because I've got Miles Sanders and Chris Carson.
Yeah.
And they've became the featured running back, plus they catch, so they're like freaking awesome.
Right. Freeman has been nice for me as a flex.
Yeah, he should be. He catches a lot out of the back.
He's only got 545 yards, but...
Oh, stop it, Chubbs, man. Dude, I can't stand the Dogs, man. I love me the Falcons, no matter what kind of crap they put up, but you Dogs, man. I like Georgia Tech because they're from Atlanta. The Dogs blow. I cannot stand Uga, dude, for real. I can't bring myself to like him. Every time you go to a game and you see him spell DAGG, it's like, yeah, seems like you got a Georgia education. You can't even spell dog right. I can't stand him, dude.
Yeah. But
I should like him, but I don't.
Yeah. But, I mean, I was surprised that because, I mean, picking a running back in Atlanta is not always a good thing.
No, it's not. But he can catch out of the backfield, so
yeah,
it's a plus.
Which was always a plus. But, I mean, he wasn't phenomenal this year. But, see, I've got Derrick Henry on my roster, and I've had him on the bench most of the year.
Because he hasn't done that much good.
But he's got 1,329 rushing yards.
I know. He's quietly it's like hasn't his like fantasy numbers like 1 week outstanding and the next week kind of like eh.
Yes. So let me pull him up. He's been kicking my butt, man. I don't, because he's not projected to do better than Barkley or Zeke and all, but he's second on the rushing list. So the first week I had him on the bench. He did 1,395. So I played him. Actually, I think I kept him on the bench for the first 2 weeks. And the second week he did 770. 7.7. So the third week he did 5.3. The fourth week he did 5.4. Then he did 6.9, and then I was like, okay, so I had him on the bench like one of those games as well. And then I was like, all right, I'm going to play him. Denver, 1.6. I know I played him that game because that's one of the games I lost because he killed me.
He stunk it up, yeah.
Then I put him on the bench. He did 8.4. I said, okay. I played him 3.1. I benched him 10.95, 15.55, and then he went on bye. And then I came back and I played him, and he did 13.75. And then I think I benched him against one of the next two. And I had him benched last week because I didn't play him. And he did 4.3. But he's done good the last couple of ones besides this one. But he's projected against New Orleans to do 6.56. And I'm like, no, I'm not playing you against New Orleans.
Why? Their defense.
Because I've got Barkley. I got Barkley who's playing against Washington. And I've got Ezekiel Elliott playing against Philadelphia. And both of their defenses are garbage right now.
Plus the fact that Dallas really needs to win that game. That's an important game for them.
Yeah, and they're going to use Elliott as much as they can.
Of course, Philly's got to win that too. So we're looking at two teams who are like, okay, everybody good, got to use them now.
Yeah.
I just hope the Ravens actually don't get shafted like the Chiefs got shafted last year and just have to pave the way for the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl yet again.
Well, it's going to happen.
Because pretty much the entire U.S. not only knew but wanted the Chiefs and the Saints to be in the Super Bowl, and yet got the Rams and the Patriots. And that's why it was one of the least watched Super Bowls in the past 10 years, because nobody wanted to see that garbage.
Yeah,
I barely watched it. The Rams didn't deserve to go, and the Patriots are like, again? Fuck, the only people that like that are the people in New England.
Or, that are from there and they live somewhere else now. Because you're not a fan if you're not from there.
Right? And I think even those people might be getting tired. I doubt it, but they probably...
No, they're not. They're not. Because I got a guy at work no, he's not. He wears his stupid hat and his stupid jersey and his... No.
I'm so tired. I am so tired of them, I swear to God. Of course, I was tired of them 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was tired of them the first time that they beat the Panthers.
I was tired of them when they went. They didn't even win. I was tired that they went because I hate them. I've always hated them.
But it was one of the first times that they won when they beat the Panthers. It was like their second, maybe third Super Bowl.
Well, I can remember, like you guys don't remember as far. Like I remember the 46-10 beat down the Bears game in Super Bowl 20 in 1985. I didn't like them then either. That's before any of this. Bob Kraft didn't even own the team back then. I still didn't like him. I don't like them. Never have, never will. This just makes it worse.
Yeah.
They're
calling him the GOAT.
Well, of course they are. Because, again, you have somebody that plays that long. I mean, yeah, you just got done seeing Drew Brees take 3 of the records, and yet he doesn't get called. For real? For real.
That's what I'm saying. It's frustrating, and I don't like Drew. I don't really like the Saints. But...
Besides that, we all know because Peyton's the GOAT. I mean, seriously.
I mean,
the GOAT
isn't?
already retired.
Who isn't when you have nationwide commercials?
Right? I know.
I mean, come on now. And it's crazy because he's only got 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. As long as you win one, apparently that's what matters, is just winning one. Because apparently if you don't win one, I mean, seriously, I think Dan Marino's one of the greatest of all time, too. But he gets shit on all the time because, like, well, you didn't win any Super Bowl rings. Like, that matters.
Yeah, he never did, but he was great.
Yeah, of course he was great. He owned most of the records for a while. Quite a while. I think he's still got a couple. But, I mean, like, dude.
But he's in the Hall of Fame, though.
Yeah, and that, again, that's kind of what matters. But I personally don't hold the
it
Super
still
Bowl
stinks for him because he never got to bring home a Super Bowl.
It's like the Super Bowl is just another game. It really is.
Yeah, but it's not just another game when you can put the trophy in the ring in the case.
Here's the thing. Here's my thing. Okay, the thing we brought up before: the 10-6 Giants beat the 16-0 Patriots, right? And the 10-6 Giants were a wild card team. They weren't the number 1 seed. So you didn't have the best team play the best team. So you have no idea if the 2 best teams, actually how they would have played because they didn't get a chance to face off, which is why I think the Super Bowl is just another game. If it really was the two best teams from each conference facing off, then it would matter. But it's usually not the case.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
that's why I don't think the Super Bowl matters as much as everybody makes it out to be. It does matter because you've played that far to get that far. But a lot of it is luck. Because if you're 16-0 and you go down, or if you're 15 and dude, the year Atlanta went the first time, we beat the Vikings. We were 14-2, they were 15-1. They deserved to go. And yet we went. So it's like the best team didn't go again. It's
Yeah.
like, why? Why? I mean, you didn't get to see the ultimate face-off. We were good. We weren't that good.
Yeah, just good enough on that day.
Yeah, just good enough on that day. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, that's why it doesn't, it's just another game.
Why don't they have a? I mean, they technically it is a playoff style, but why don't they have it where I mean, it's not really
I mean, what was
a
it?
true
Remember it
playoff
was,
style, though.
remember it was like 7 or 8 years ago? How do you think, I think it was Philadelphia. How do you think Philadelphia felt? Like, or it might have been 9 years ago now. They were like 9-7. And here come the 7-9 Seahawks getting in with the final playoff berth because they won their division at 7-9. I mean, are you kidding me, dude? A losing record gets to go because they win the division. When the division, like the other dude's sitting on 9-7, and they should be going, or excuse me, I think they were 10-6.
Well,
I mean, what
yeah,
kind of
so
crap
that's
is
what I'm
that?
saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think they should do is change it to where you have the top 8 teams or top 10 teams, literally by record, and then you break it down like bracket style.
Well, I mean, they can't have repeated games. You can't just keep like basketball. You can't just keep playing to a tier. It's like you want one and done is one. It works. It's just like again any given Sunday.
Yeah, but
the
that
any
way
given
it's
Sunday
not.
rule.
That way it's not NFC AFC.
But you also can't like the Zebras screw it up. I mean, how do you think the Saints feel after last year? I mean, for real, dude. The entire world, whoever was watching that game knew.
Oh yeah. That was robbery.
Uh-huh. Just because the NFL wanted the Rams to go. We need LA to have a Super Bowl, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted it but them.
Yeah. That's why I need to find out who's doing what so I can get some money. Because that's what it's all about. That's ultimately that's what it's all about. How much what's the over under on it, and then how much money do they have riding on those games that they can actually manipulate the score to get the best value out of their money.
I think that's what they should. I think that's what you could. That one plane you got that's unnamed. I think that's what you should call it. You should call it the Patriot.
Call it the Zebra. And no, I would never do that.
Well, you could call it the Panther.
Could call it the Pat Riot.
That's not bad.
No.
Sorry, guys, we got a little sidetracked
Bruh.
on that, though. But I mean, like, dude.
I mean, yeah, we're still 3 hours. There you go.
Of course, here we go.
3 hours and 17 minutes. There you go.
My bad, people. My bad.
Well, thanks for stopping in. We gotta go.
Oh my God.
Did they drop off? Because I didn't even check the chat. Did they drop off?
Oh, he's probably been like either building or he hasn't been talking for a while. Robert's been backing up a little bit, so.
Oh, that's where you got Chubbs, bro.
Yeah, because he was saying Chubbs. You have to be careful what you wish for, because like you said, Ravens are 12-2. Everybody's like, come on, Ravens. They look like a good team primed to win, which means they're a good team primed to be put down by the NFL so the Patriots can go yet again. That's all that means.
But see,
that's all that means.
And this is how I really, really am like convinced that all of it's set up just for entertainment purposes. Because look at Ray Lewis. Everybody knew he was retiring. Everybody knew it was his last season. And what did they do? They went out and won a Super Bowl.
You don't blame it on that one, do you? Just because of that one?
Look at Peyton. How
about John Elway?
Oh, they did the same thing too.
How about Jerome Bettis?
Oh, don't get me started on that either.
Who was the other one? Who was the other one that you had? See, yeah, Robert's there. Who was the other one The Panthers had. The Panthers had one dude. Same thing. He
Yeah, but
went
they
out.
didn't win.
No, he did. It was the time the Panthers won that he retired.
Hey Siri, when have the Panthers won a Super Bowl?
Just a moment. The Panthers were beaten by the Broncos in the Super Bowl on February 7th, 2016.
Yeah, I know that. Bunch of garbage.
Did you hear that
Hey
disappointment?
Siri, have the Panthers ever won a Super Bowl?
You know that.
The Panthers were beaten by the Broncos in the Super Bowl on February 7th.
Yes, I know that.
The final score was
I know that. That's the one I'm talking about. That's not. See, she's not smart enough. Siri is not smart
really
enough.
trying to do something to you. Oh my god, dude. You need to slap her.
See, that game was rigged. It was 10-24. Really? Come on. That ain't no Super Bowl.
Are you saying it was rigged?
I'm saying it was rigged. I don't know how. I mean, obviously the refs have a lot to do with it, but I don't know how they do it without obviously.
Or they have a lot to do with getting up there before you get in. I mean, you know, like again, that Saints call from last year, or excuse me, the Saints non-call from last year, because we all know that's what it was.
Yeah. But and my other thing, remember when the Seahawks lost because they didn't run the ball?
Which
threw
time? Oh, you mean that was back in the day? That was
what, like 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah. Wait, was that the Patriots time? Or was it the Steelers?
Yeah,
time?
I think it was the.
Was it the Patriots?
Hey Siri, when did the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl?
Which time?
just a moment. I don't have schedule information for the next
Yep.
Seahawks game yet. They were narrowly defeated by the Patriots in the finals on February.
Yep, 2015.
Okay, yeah.
It was the
But, I mean,
Patriots, yep.
Was it then or was it the?
Yeah, it was the
2005?
Patriots. No, it was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that one.
All I know is everybody hates the Patriots.
Well, no, you need it. Your comment's about to get banned over there.
What did he say?
Yeah, I don't.
Are your comments about to get?
I know it's facts and I know what it is, but it's freaking rigged. I know you're not happy about it either, and if you are, I mean, I know you shouldn't be.
What, the Patriots coming back on the Falcons? Oh
Yeah.
no, I knew that was coming. I predicted that in the second quarter, because everybody was like, I had my Super Bowl party over here, and they were like, "Dude, you got this. They got this." I'm like, "No, they don't. They're gonna screw this up and lose. Watch." I literally sat there in the second quarter and knew they were gonna lose that. And I'm like, "Dude, halftime, you got it wrapped." I got text messages during the half, and I'm like, "We're gonna lose," and we lost because I knew it was coming. We have this way. I just know we have this way. That's why we get shit on all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, how much news do you ever hear from the Falcons, especially good, for any prolonged period of time? We can't stay good for any prolonged period of time.
You can't keep
And-
good players.
Can't keep playing. Nothing. We get shit on all the time. You don't. We get no
Well,
love.
it's like the
whatsoever.
Browns.
Exactly. Well, no, even the Browns get more love because they're older and they're like, it's kind of like.
But they
Browns
never
go back.
win.
Well, of course not. But
And-
I mean, they
and-
still get.
And they get some of
media.
the
They still get
best
people
draft
talking.
picks every year. They get some of the best draft picks every year, and they pick the best quarterbacks at that
to run
time.
into the ground.
And yet they never get past a winning, a 500 season.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, maybe this year, but barely. Hey Siri, what's the Browns' record?
The Browns are currently 6-8.
Yeah,
That's
6-8.
the
Yeah, see,
fourth.
see, there you go. See, nobody. See, this is how people do stats nowadays. This is what. Just Siri,
Brown-
tell me what you need. Tell me what I
Siri-
need.
Yeah,
6
well,
and 8.
the last two times she said like, just a moment. I
And
don't
look,
know.
they've had they've had Johnny Manziel. They had Baker Mayfield. They've got
They've got a swift kick in the crotch.
man. They've had a lot of good quarterbacks.
Well,
They
yeah.
either can't keep their mouth shut, or somehow they turn into garbage as soon as they put on a Browns uniform.
I see that. That's kind of what happened. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, Baker Mayfield was great. He played for what? For Oklahoma.
Yes.
And he was phenomenal. He was a great college quarterback. You put on a Browns uniform and you turn into mush. You just can't play. And I understand that it's not all about one player. Half the problem is you got to have an O-line to protect the quarterback. That's why, and I can't stand them, but that's why the Patriots have done so well, because they spend money on their O-line.
But they're not the only ones to do that.
No, they've done it for Drew Brees. They've done it for Aaron Rodgers. They've done it for Brett Favre.
Brett Favre?
Favre.
Yo, that Brett Favre. Yeah, he's pretty good, yeah, hey?
No.
What a hunk of crap.
But I'm saying, they did it for Elway. They've done it for Montana. They've done it for a lot of these guys. They spend money on these good offensive linemen.
Dorky pieces of crap.
And you turn a good quarterback into a great quarterback when you do that, because you allow him time to do what he's got to do. And that's all you need. But I've still seen games. I mean, the fact that the Patriots still won this year and they barely scored any points. I don't even want to say this on my phone. Hey Siri, show me the Patriots schedule.
Here's the upcoming schedule for the Patriots between Saturday and December 29th, 2019.
And they're facing the Bills and Dolphins. Are you gotta be?
Dolphins on December 29th.
Well,
I'm trying to see the whole schedule.
It was the most boringest ass piece of crap ever invented that nobody should have freaking. I mean, seriously, dude. I don't understand why. I don't know. I give up. I don't know. I'm just kind of scared it's going to end up being the Patriots and Rams yet again, because they both could be there. I mean, it's looking like it might not, but it could be.
So what game was that? It could. I think it was that Bills game back in September. They was 10-16. Was that one in? There was the Eagles game 10-7. No, it was the Cowboys game. That's the one that I just recently saw. Yeah, it was. They won 13-9. Really? You're supposed to be the greatest team, and you won 13-9, and you couldn't even beat the Cowboys? Like, barely beat the Cowboys? Come on now. That's how I know
it's rigged.
It's rigged. and because then the Chiefs turn around and whop the crap out of you 23-16.
Oh yeah, there is that.
And the Texans beat them 28-22. And yet now all of a sudden they got to play the Bills again, who they barely beat the last time, 16-10, back in September.
Oh, flying freaking rockin' flock.
Oh, yeah, and when they played in the that's preseason. I'm not gonna judge that.
Just close the chat. I didn't mean to do that.
That's preseason. I'm not gonna judge preseason, because we all know that's garbage anyways.
It is garbage.
Yet they put up 43 points against the Dolphins, and the Dolphins scored 0. You turn around and couldn't even. This is ridiculous. And you let the Browns put up 13 points on you. Come on now. And the Ravens whooped them 37-20. That's why I don't understand. Like, they shouldn't even be going. But they're probably going to go. Yeah, they're probably going to go.
Because, everybody but us likes the Ravens.
No. What? You're saying it wrong.
Well, I mean, dude, obviously people in the NFL must love them. They keep going. I mean, you can't... I don't know. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can't stand this crap.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, on that side note, thank you, everybody. Thank you. for stopping
Thank you
by.
guys. OAE,
hanging out.
Robert,
Is now-
thanks for chilling.
1 o'clock in the morning. I gotta get up in a little
Sorry,
bit.
sorry about getting lost, but I'll get with you guys. I will get with you guys about the stuff that we're talking about, so we can get this hooked up. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for East Coast boys here. So
Yep. So we gotta wrap this thing up. Appreciate you guys coming, hanging out, and always remember to keep them flying.